Hello and welcome to beautiful Antigonish, Nova Scotia. We're here at Olin Stadium, getting ready for the big homecoming matchup here at St. FX University between the St. FX X-Men and the Mount Allison Mounties. I'm Kieran Galvin on the play-by-play, and I'm here with Jamie. Jamie, I didn't catch your last name actually, buddy.
Oh, it's Jamie Kelly there, Kieran.
Okay. So Jamie and I are here getting fired up for this big homecoming matchup between St. FX and Mount Allison. Despite the weather, Jamie, we've got a little bit of rain. There's quite a bit of fans piling in here, and they seem pretty excited for this game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every year homecoming is one of the biggest events, especially in Antigonish. All the alumni coming back. Everyone stays true to their colors, so you're definitely going to see a lot of people in the stands. But the rain should definitely play a big factor in the game today, with two teams that are 0-3, and this game has lots of playoff implications on the line. So we'll see who comes out on top.
Absolutely. St. FX sort of in a rebuilding year, I suppose. Mount Allison still they've been in a rebuilding year for the last 3 or 4 years, so it'll be an interesting measuring stick, I think, to see kind of where the teams are at this season and who's on the way up and who's on the way down, as that tends to be the way things work in sports.
Absolutely. I mean, especially with this game, these are two teams that match up pretty evenly. They both have two slingers in the back end with Jake Hotchkiss, and now he's with Mount A. He's had kind of a difficult year. There was lots of expectations placed upon him going into the year, but he hasn't really fulfilled them yet, but there's still another half of the season to go. And then you have Jamari Bennett, who has usurped Corey Wensley now in the back pocket for St. FX, so he seems to be the go-to guy there, and he has an absolute rocket. He can throw a strawberry through a brick wall there, so we'll see if he comes out today. So two pretty good quarterbacks, but young defenses, young offenses, so I mean it's all about turnovers, and whoever has the least amount today is definitely going to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And St. FX trying to kind of build upon their last few games. They got blown out, but I was talking to some of their coaches, Kwame Osei in particular, and he was saying that the team's really starting to take their growing pains in stride, and they're starting to make some moves and learn kind of what Gary Weiderman's trying to preach over there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a tough go this year, but they haven't faced easy teams at all. I mean, they've been against, they were up in Montreal, I believe. They faced the Carabin there, Concordia, and that was just, Concordia is an excellent squad. So they haven't had an easy go so far, but these two teams, Mount Allison and St. FX, played each other in one preseason game, and St. FX ended up coming out on top 23-0 here at home at the Olin Stadium. So, the preseason game shouldn't be any indication of how the game's going to play out today, but at least the two teams know a little bit about each other, what they need to expect. And I would say right now St. FX has the upper hand going into the game, but I would never count out Kelly Jeffrey and the Mount Allison Mounties.
Yeah, no way. As you were saying, preseason's kind of preseason. You're getting a look at your new players, trying to see where the first years are going to fit in, if anyone can maybe step up and take a spot. Right now what we have going on here is a little ceremony. All the people that you see on the field right now forming the Human X is the St. FX varsity athletes for St. FX. So they're all kind of grouped together with their teams. I see the soccer team and the rugby girls out there, and I think there might be some hockey players too, yeah, and some basketball players. So they're all kind of, you can kind of pick out the basketball players are the ones that are foot taller than
Absolutely.
It's kind of funny that they sit them next to the ex-women hockey team. So
really,
the shortest girls on campus with the tallest guys on campus, side by side. But yeah, this is a little ceremony that they do as part of the homecoming festivities. It gets the crowd into it. As I don't know, something about X's here at St. FX that really gets the crowd going. I don't know. Every time they see one, they just think it's like Christmas or something.
I don't know. I couldn't agree more, Kieran. It is Christmas Day every time they see an X here. I mean, the crowd is just roaring earlier. So that's the difference. What you're going to see, especially today, with St. FX really hasn't had much this year, is the crowd support. I mean, not knocking the crowd support earlier on, but there's something about homecoming. I mean, there's a lot of fans out, and they're very rowdy, very loud. I mean, it's already really loud, and the game hasn't even started. So you can expect the crowd to be a big part of the game today, and hopefully, you never know, could get behind the X here, and maybe they'll rally off the momentum from the crowd too.
Absolutely, I'd have to agree with you there. It's almost like the extra man on the field. They're chirping, they're loud, they're proud, they're getting the guys motivated on the field, and they're trying to get in the heads of the opposing Malice and Mounties. I remember from my younger years at St. FX that they used to give us bullhorns. That was a huge mistake. It kind of gave us the power to really just got to pick out someone on the field and just like pour a corner for Acadia one year, I remember, had to deal with some vicious chirping from one of the students from St. FX. But
oh, I bet. And that's the beauty of homecoming right there.
Yeah, they I don't know what they're putting in the water here at St. FX, but these kids are pretty crazy. They're shirtless, painted blue. Got some morph suits out there, some blue men, blue women. So
they're certainly showing their pride right now, that's for sure.
Absolutely. The weather isn't phasing these students whatsoever. Right now what we have is I believe the homecoming committee being honored as they're led onto the field by a person playing the bagpipes. I think what we'll get is a little introduction to the crowd. Not too sure if we can hear what the announcer's saying over the mics, but basically what they're doing is just introducing everyone who's kind of come together to make this weekend possible for the fans and for the viewers at home. And then I think we're going to get into a little bit of candidate action.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, with homecoming, I mean, as you were saying, the festivities. So there's definitely going to be about 15 minutes of, I believe, as the announcer's saying right now, he's announcing classes 1976, 1956. I mean, they're all here. Even if you were around campus yesterday, you had alumni scattered everywhere. I mean, you'd go to the Wheel, you'd see alumni. You'd go to Kenny's Pizza, you'd see alumni. I mean, they're all over the place. So, I mean, it's really a great weekend. It brings people together. I mean, people come. It's not even just St. FX athletes, students. I mean, alumni. I mean, you get students from all across Halifax, I mean Nova Scotia, really, who come from their respective schools because they hear how fun it is, they understand the atmosphere. So you get people coming from all over the place. So it creates for it definitely makes for a good weekend. Sorry.
Absolutely, and I was talking to someone in the call center for St. FX. They call the alumni just to kind of look for any possible donations and stuff like that. And a girl that I was speaking to actually mentioned that there was a gentleman she spoke to who was talking about homecoming, getting ready. I think he's 79 years old, and he's getting ready to come back for his next homecoming. Ain't no big deal, just another weekend.
Just another weekend. And, we could talk a little bit right now about some of the injuries that's plagued both teams. Notable omission on St. FX has been Dylan Holohan all year. He's had a groin strain, hasn't been able to overcome it so far. I mean, he's been out since the preseason, so that's definitely, I mean, he's by far the best defensive player, without a doubt one of the best defensive players in all the AUS, so that's an extremely huge hole to fill. And but for the most part, St. FX has done an all right job of filling that. Ray Hartman, one of the defensive backs on St. FX, has done a good job filling in for Holohan. And then if you look on the other side, Ryan Down, who's defensive end on Mount Allison, he leads the whole AUS in sacks at the moment. He's been great all year, but he apparently was banged up in last week's game against SMU, so he looks to be back in the lineup today, but you can watch him because he might be a little fragile, or it might affect the way he plays a bit, so you never know how he's going to react to the injury he had last week.
Yeah, football's a sport that definitely leads players vulnerable to muscle tears and strains, and they're really tough injuries to kind of battle through. In the past, St. FX has had some pretty historic ones. They brought in Mark Madalinsky, I remember, from the NCAA to come back and play in Canada, and he couldn't play for his first 3 years because he had that hamstring tear. Now we get a little bit of noise when St. FX is on the field. They're waving that X flag, and once again, once the X comes out, the crowd goes crazy.
Yeah, that's it's huge. This is the loudest I've seen the building all year, and preferably so because it is homecoming. So it's definitely there's definitely lots, and we're probably going to get some more fans coming in, trickling in here shortly too. So it's a fun game for both teams to play. I mean, St. FX is in front of their home crowd. They want to impress. I mean, they've probably all their friends have been talking about it all week. So it's definitely they want to impress. But again, for Mount Allison, they're the road team, and this is probably one of the bigger crowds they played against all year. So they definitely want to shut this crowd up and go out there and get the W. So it's going to be interesting to see how both teams feed off the crowd, that's for sure.
I think it'll be important for Mount Allison to get a quick start, maybe get X back on their heels, maybe score a touchdown in the first drive or two, or at least get some points up on the board. Every point's going to matter in this game.
Oh, that's right, Kieran. Especially, it all starts with the quarterback, number 6, Jake Hotchkiss. Like I said, he's had some struggles so far this year, but he's one of those guys who he needs confidence to get him going, like most people. So if he starts out with a couple good drives to get it going, make the simple play, short yardage passes, draw runs to get a few yards, not stretching the field so much to start it. You don't want to do too much, but if he works his star guy, Adam Molnar, on the right, and they get going a little bit, you can expect Hotchkiss to have a good game because, I mean, it's all about a quick, fast start. And, I mean, that would go for Jamari Bennett under center there for St. FX too. So whoever comes out starting the best is definitely going to have the advantage going forward.
All right, we're going to pause for a moment here as we have the singing of the national anthem, "O Canada." Our viewers at home were able to catch that stirring rendition of O Canada.
Oh, that was great. Great little touch there. I mean, you had the fans involved too, and it's always nice to see the fans get in there with the anthem. It just shows the pride and support that they have. So, and I mean, what I'm hearing is that St. FX is going to start with the ball here. So, I mean, they've usually started slow to the gate in all three of the regular season games so far. So it's really crucial and really important they start homecoming day off with a big bang here. They need the short yardage plays. Yep. I mean, it'd really be crucial if they got some points on the first drive here. If it's not a touchdown, it's a field goal, whatever works.
Yeah, I'm thinking St. FX is going to need to do against this Mount Allison defense is throw the hitch pass, get the run going up the middle, kind of mix it up with the run in the pass game, and really put them back on their heels. And until Mount Allison can prove they can stop the hitch pass, then run it right there in the middle and really put them back.
Oh yeah, and absolutely. I mean, and St. FX has weapons on the side. I mean, coming into this year, the reigning AUS Rookie of the Year is Jordan Catterall. He hasn't been. He probably hasn't had the year he's wanted so far, but that's not his fault. That's because defenses have keyed in on him as a key guy, so they're really shutting him down. But someone who's really stepped up in his absence has been number 81, Devin Bailey, on St. FX wide receiver. He's a tall, lanky kid. He's got reach for days. I mean, he can bring the ball down from Saturn. So he can grab it wherever. If you get it in the wheelhouse, he's going to take it down. So watch for number 81 Bailey because he should have a good game.
So I think back to receive we have number 5 for St. FX, Damone Williams, and number 6, Jordan Catterall. So we'll see if this kick reaches them and if they'll get any kind of return. I believe kicking for Mount Allison is, can't see the number 43. Ball's up. It's returned by Williams. And looks like he'll go down just between the 35 and 40 there. Or just on the other side of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, short yardage gain there, but it's going to be interesting to see how they work the field there. And another guy who just ran that ball, Damone Williams, he's had a terrific year. He's a rookie. He's actually out of Mississauga, Ontario, but he played last year for a junior college in Buffalo, New York. So he's been around the block, that's for sure. But he's definitely got a good experience only as a rookie. So he's had a good year, that's for sure.
Snap taken by Bennett out to the sidelines, and that's caught. This is going to be a first down. Taken down at the sidelines. That was number 84 for St. FX, Michael Hopper. Tackle made by number 20 for Mount Allison. That's Matt King.
That's exactly the first play St. FX wanted. Jamari Bennett, he has an absolute rocket. Like I said earlier, he can throw a strawberry through a brick house. The guy can absolutely sling it. So they're definitely not afraid to see him throw the ball. So, I mean, if you're going to see long yardage passes, he's the guy you want doing them.
Passes up again. This is drops by Bailey. That's a surprise, I think, Jamie.
That is a surprise. You're not going to see that happen too much, I wouldn't say, the rest of the game. But it could be a little early game jitters. I mean, this is definitely, like I said, the biggest crowd they played in front of, and these are young kids. So that's a tough one for Bailey. He's definitely going to want that back because that was right between the palms.
All right, Bennett back in the shotgun once again. He'll take the snap, drops back, pass over the middle, that's caught. Caught by number 5 for St. FX, Williams. Nice little short pitch and catch there.
Yeah, Luke Eco, number 21 of Mount Allison, made a terrific play from coming literally from the other side of the field to make that tackle. He had his guy. That's a classic zone defense there by Mount Allison. They've always been known to do zone defense compared to man-to-man, so that was a great play by Eco there for sure.
Trenton back to receive this punt that's coming from St. FX. Anthony Alex, the French-Canadian kicker. Oh, it's a fake. They'll go over to Alex. Alex drops it. Wow. A little bit of loss of concentration there, I think. I don't know whose footsteps he was here, but he just dropped that. It looked like it was going to go for a first down.
You know what, though? I admire the courage. I love what Waterman's doing, Coach Gary Waterman right now. From the sidelines, he's already calling fake punts. I mean, just early, like the first drive of the game. That's a huge play. Anthony Alex, he had the whole left side of the field there to run, so he's definitely not going to be too happy with himself there, but turnover, and Mount Allison has decent field position to start the drive.
St. FX's Alex's benefit that St. FX has, he's not really built like a kicker. Snap taking Hotchkiss hands off, and that's a running play. That'll be stopped. Short though, no yards gained, I don't think. That was taken by Brandon May, the halfback for Mount Allison, number 14.
Yeah, that was quick stuff there by St. FX defense. They have big bodies. Their front four on defense are massive units. So if you're trying to clog the middle, they'll usually shut you down unless you're an elusive guy. So they did a great job in that last play.
Hotchkiss takes the snap, hands it off. This time to Samuel. He breaks the tackle, but he'll get taken down. Looks like a flag on the play. Before the penalty, a gain of about 8 yards.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch there. Got 8 yards. It looks like they have the first down there. Or?
Just short of the first down, but I think there's a penalty that may factor the yardage here. Not exactly sure who it's against. We'll listen for the call. It's going to be against St. FX. So that'll be a first down for Mount Allison. And it looks like they're going to get some pretty good field position out of this.
Yeah, again, I mean, that's what penalties do. I mean, yeah, the keys to the game for both teams. I mean, I know it's cliche, but realistically, the team takes the least amount of penalties and the least amount of turnovers are going to win this game here. So that's a tough penalty for St. FX. But you just got to bend but don't break. So keep them out of field goal position.
Absolutely. We have a little bit of wind going from right to left. Hotchkiss hands off to Masangu, and he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a 3-yard loss. Great tackle there from St. FX's number 42, Nate Dawes. Ryan O'Mara. My apologies.
That's Ryan O'Mara there on the tackle. He came back from an injury. He's probably without a doubt the best recruit in the whole AUS. He's just an absolute beast of a man. He looks like can bench press everybody sitting down in the stadium right now. So he's a big guy, and that was quite the tackle. So look for more of that from him.
Run to the outside for Masangu, and O'Mara gets a hand on him, but O'Mara can take him down. Actually, he's number 2 for St. FX. They got the hand on Ray Hartman. And the tackle is made, again, short of the first down, or short of the line of scrimmage, actually.
Well, I mean, just to start the series there for Mount Allison, all run plays. So Kelly Jeffrey just wanted to move the ball, move the chains, wasn't looking to the pass. Maybe that's a reflection of Jake Hotchkiss' play the last few games, or maybe he's just trying to stir the pot here. But no, they definitely got some good field position. I wouldn't look for a fake punt here. So
Curtis to punt. It's an end over end. It's going to bounce out of bounds just at the 10-yard line about. So a good punt from Curtis. It'll pin CFX pretty deep in their own zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Great punt there. And CFX is pinned right now. So to start the two series there, you have two ends of the spectrum. CFX came out passing, and Mount Allison came out running. So we'll see if that trend continues. CFX receivers, you're going to look for Bailey. I'm sure he's going to get the ball again. He dropped a tough one last drive, but that's not usually his MO. So I'd say he could be an easy target here.
CFX's O-line is pretty inexperienced as far as the AUS is concerned, so I definitely look to see them not test the run too much, but here they're going to run. Williams breaks the tackle, and he's up through the middle. He'll be down for about a 6-7 yard gain.
Nice gain there by Williams. Just eluded the one defender there, had a nice little cutback, came around the side, quick little draw play. He got one nice block there by number 84 there, so that's a great play by Williams.
So we're second and about 1 yard. 10 minutes left in the first quarter. No score between Santa Fe and Mount Allison. Bennett under center this time. He'll hand it off, and tackle is made in the backfield. So about 3 or 4 Mounties got in on that tackle.
You can see that from a mile away there, Kieran. You had number 98, a J.L. Ilsley product from Halifax. Jacob LeBlanc, first-year player, coming in, guns a-blazing. Number 55, Devin Spencer, the other DN, was right in there. Number 33, T. Newen was right in there too. So that was a classic blitz there. They had 4 guys coming off the line, right towards QB. So great play call by Mount Allison defense.
So Santa Fe will punt. Alex back to kick. Good punt. It's going to reach about midfield. That's got a little trickery, and it's fumbled. Santa Fe is going to recover. And the crowd's excited now as that little pitch handoff was fumbled in the backfield there, and Santa Fe gets the ball back.
I don't know what it is today, Kieran, but I think both teams came in, both 0-3, looking to shake things up with the reverses and the trick plays here. Clearly that one came back to bite Mount Allison in the butt, but great pursuit there. I believe it was number 34 on the St. FX defense or special teams there came through with the recovery. So, wow, back to the ball.
That was Troy Trentham with the fumble as he tried to pass it off. Bennett now back to pass. Follows up, he's looking for Williams, and a nice catch by Williams, and he'll be down just outside the 20-yard line. What a great set of hands he has.
What a set of hands. Just extremely athletic kid. This is the first time in a long while that St. FX has had. I mean, these guys are young. Damone Williams, Jordan Cattle, Devin Bailey. And Ashton Dixon, too, in the backfield. They have 4 extremely athletic studs in the backfield. This one guy you see Damone Williams, he's a small guy, really short kid, but for him to leap like that and just bring down, that's a highlight reel catch. Great play.
Absolutely. There's a lot of hype around this young offense for St. FX. They're really hoping that they come together the next year or two to kind of be a force in the AUS. Fake handoff, Bennett goes outside. He was looking for number 34 for St. FX's wide outs. That was Hopper. Just out of his reach, though. Yeah,
just out of his reach. I believe Bennett jumped the gun on his route there. Hopper was going for a little out, quick little juke step, and then a quick out to the right. So Bennett just read it a little wrong. It was a little over his head, but as you can see with the earlier passes, Gary Waterman's utilizing Jamari Bennett's arm because he, without a doubt, one of the better arms in the AUS. So it's working for him.
Bennett rolls out, fakes the throw, and he'll run. Doesn't look like he's going to get the first, though. Puts the ball ahead. It's just inside the 20. Definitely in field goal range, though, so we might see the first points of the game here as Anthony Alex will come out for the field.
Yeah, you don't usually see Anthony Alex miss field goals from this range, so it should be 3-0 lead with 8:44 left in the first. Just on that last play there, Jamari Bennett just ran out of real estate there. He waited a little too long for his receivers to get set, and Jacob LeBlanc, again, number 98, and the Mount A defense was right there to get him. So good, valiant effort there by Bennett, though.
So Alex back to line up this field goal. Kick is up.
Ooh.
Just wide. That's very rare, and it'll go at the back of the end zone. So that's really rare. Maybe the field conditions having a little bit to play with that kick?
Well, definitely. I mean, the field's wet. It's been raining steadily here for the last few hours and throughout last night, too. So that definitely, it could have been a bad snap, could have been wobbling on his foot there. But that's definitely something that's very uncharacteristic for Anthony Alex. I mean, he's had a tough start to this game, that's for sure, with the drop pass and the kick. So.
That was about a 35-yard attempt, and usually Anthony Alex is pretty good from 50 yards. So.
Oh, absolutely. He's one of the better kickers in the whole AUS, so that's definitely a shock. But they do get 1 point out of it.
He's kicking it through the back of the end zone. And now I'm going to stop saying St. Mary's. It's Mount Allison's offense back to the field. Hotchkiss in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off. Musangu. He's taken down in the backfield again. So far, St. FX's defense holding strong. That was number 52 for St. FX with the tackle. Brett Hubbard.
Oh yeah, they're holding strong. The St. FX defense has been very consistent this year. They're very young though, and you knew that coming into the preseason. They played Mount Allison in the preseason. They played a tremendous game, and there was lots of hype. But you know when they play the tough, the big squads like Acadia and St. Mary's, they're going to run into problems. But so far this game, they've been holding up great. I mean, they do have a very big front four on the D. So.
Rush coming around, ball's up in the air. First throw of the game for Mount Allison, and that pass is incomplete. Targeted receiver was number 12. Adam Molnar. Good coverage there by the St. FX corner though. That
was great coverage. He almost got away with one there though, or he did get away with one there, I should say. I believe it was Nolan on St. FX. It looked like he clipped the intended receiver's foot on the play, but the definitely great pursuit though. You can't take that away from him.
I think maybe in that situation, the referee was probably thinking it was an uncatchable ball, maybe a little bit too far ahead of it.
Yeah, it definitely seemed uncatchable.
So Curtis back to punt. Kick is up, end over end once again. That'll bounce just at the 40. And turned by Williams, but he'll go down right away. Just about a 3-yard gain, and there is a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, they've switched it up a little bit. Earlier this year, it seemed to be Catterall was the guy back, and Catterall was the one, Jordan Catterall for St. FX was going to be the one returning punts. Now it looks to be Damone Williams. I mean, just pick your poison. They're both virtually the exact same player, only Damone Williams is 1 year younger, so it's not too big of a difference, but it's just a little shake-up that St. FX has done to their special teams.
So we'll get another look at the St. FX offense here as they try and put some more points up on the board. 7-10 left in the first quarter. It's 1-0 for St. FX as they got the single point on a missed field goal. Bennett back in the shotgun once again. He's got one back behind him. He'll hand it off. And that's no yards gained for Dixon as he is just engulfed by that defensive line from Mount Allison.
Yeah, it was definitely engulfed there. I believe it was number 65 for Mount Allison on the tackle. 35 there, sorry. What is his name? Matt Montgomery there. Just clipped Ashton Dixon's knee when he was running through. And that's one of the first times we've seen Ashton Dixon all game, actually. He's actually had an extremely good rookie year. He's definitely, if he keeps his totals up, he's definitely a candidate for AUS Rookie of the Year. So he's one to watch for this game, too.
And in the shotgun once again, he'll drop back to pass. A rush comes through and looks like he's going to get sacked. Looks like number 98 with the final touch on it. That was Jacob LeBlanc.
I'd say Jacob LeBlanc on that one again. He's a big kid, but that's just not all him. It looked like there was 3 or 4 guys ready to take him down. Just LeBlanc was lucky enough to be there for him. Great pursuit by Mount Allison defense. They're making the perfect play calls right now, so they're starting to shut down the St. FX offense.
So Alex once again back for the punt. Trentham, back to receive the punt. Kick is going to reach about the 40-yard line. Trentham returns. He'll get taken down. Great pursuit from number 24 for St. FX. That's Hugo Rajat.
What can you say about Hugo Rajat? He leads the team in tackles. I believe coming into the game he had 19.5 tackles on the year. He's really been one of the catalysts on the defensive end, probably the best defensive player on the team. That was just chased him down from his own 20-yard line there, so that was an exceptional play.
Shows some great timing there, tracking him and getting those tackles. Always finds himself in the right position.
Absolutely.
Hodge gets back in the shotgun. Takes a snap, fake handout. It'll go around the end, and they're breaking some yards. That was number 12 for Mount Allison. Adam Molnar with the run, and it looks like he got the first down.
Yeah, I mean, as you see, that's the first taste of Adam Molnar we've seen. He actually leads the whole conference in total yardage, so he's had an exceptional year, and we knew that coming in. He was the main target. He's one of the key ones in the AUS coming back this year. So, I mean, him and Hotchkiss alone could make up their own offense. So, I'm sure that's not the last you're going to see of Molnar, and as you can see, you see his outside speed. He's got tremendous outside speed.
So Molnar this time lining up as a receiver. Handouts out to Musagu, and he's taken down from behind from St. FX's number 42, Ron O'Mara once again.
Musanga's not a big guy. He's quite shifty though, but he's also not tall, but he's stocky. He's definitely struggled so far this game, but I mean, I wouldn't put all the blame on him there. I would say St. FX's front four, even their couple linebackers in the back, Olsen and O'Mara have done an excellent job of shutting him down so far.
They've done a good job this year of replacing the recently departed Enoch Mwamba. We'll talk a little bit more about him later in the broadcast, since he had a big game the other day. Pass out, Musagu receives it. He breaks the tackle and gets taken down just short of the first down. Looks like he'll be about 3 yards short.
That's right. Kieran Moore and Enoch Mwamba there last night for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. The former St. FX alumni, I'm sure if he could do anything right now, he'd want to be with all his past friends here in Antigonish for homecoming. But he's got a job to do, and he's playing in the CFL for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And there was a blocked bunt, and he took it back for his first touchdown in the CFL, his first professional touchdown. So that's a huge accomplishment, and a huge shout out to one of the best players and better people to ever play for St. FX.
Absolutely, just a stand-up guy. And a huge hole to replace in that defense, as he's a pretty big man. Looks like Bennett will once again line this up. He's going to be taking his second down from the 42-yard line. Still Hodges off the penalty. So that's Mount Allison's ball after the penalty, after the whistle. We missed that flag.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Hodges passes, ball's up. It's caught. Great catch there from number 81 for Mount Allison. That's Jared King.
Yeah, that was a great play. I mean, he was even double teamed. Number 81, Jared King, wide receiver for Mount Allison. Double team there, had 2 guys draped all over him, and he came down with that ball. That was an excellent catch.
And there's another flag on the play. We'll see what this is for. If it's on St. FX, it might be some more yardage. Looks like it's against Mount Allison. So this ball will be coming back from the spot of the foul. I think it'll still be first down though.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 20-yard play brought back 10 yards. It'll be a 10-yard gain, so not a total loss for Mount Allison.
Not a total loss, but it's definitely frustrating. I mean, not only frustrating for the players, but the offensive coordinator for Mount Allison, the head coach for Mount Allison. When you get a big play like that, you want to ride the momentum into the next play, and when you get called back for a penalty, it just almost puts a dagger in your heart. So we'll see how they rebound.
Hodges hands that off to Musagu, and he's engulfed again by a few players from St. FX. Looks like number 52 comes away with the tackle, or half the tackle anyway. And
it's only early, Kieran, but what we're noticing is that Mount Allison running the ball up the middle through the A and B gaps, they're having no luck. There's no real estate there. There's no room to move. They're just St. FX's defensive linemen are clogging the middle. So it might be wise to try outside runs like they had good success with Adam Molnar to the side there. So you never know if they'll switch it up here or try and work through the problems.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. They're definitely going to need to either change the personnel or change their game plan if they want to get some yards on the ground against the St. FX defense. They may be pretty young, but they're pretty big and they're pretty strong. That's for sure.
I mean, it's all the experience points here. One of these teams is going to make the playoffs, and one of them won't. That's the way it's looking right now. I believe it'd be safe to say that St. Mary's and Acadia will hold down the first two spots, and one of these teams is going to grab the final playoff spot. So you're going to see young defense corps stepping up or putting up or shutting up, really. So it looks so far that St. FX is doing a good job. I mean, it looks like a hockey or soccer game right now. The score 1-0, but it seems to be a defensive stalwart game, that's for sure.
Hodge gets back in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, drop back. Follows up, looks like it's going to the outside, and that's caught! It's going to be down on the 1-yard line, but what a fantastic catch made by number 11 for Allison, Ben Stair.
Ben Stair with a nice grab. The ball was flailing, but as you can see, it's consistent rain out there, and there's a bit of wind. Hotchkiss lobbed her up there, and Stair was able to come down. That's a big play. Now they're on the goal line here, so we'll see if they go back to Musanga for the run or switch it up a bit. But you're definitely going to need a huge stand here by St. FX defense.
I think if they try to run it up the middle, this is where St. FX has probably got their biggest strength, so we'll see what they decide to do. Let's go to the outside, and he'll be in for the touchdown. Musanga puts the first 6 points on the board for Mount Allison today.
Yeah, that's a great drive by Mount Allison. Even dating back to the penalty that was called back, they had a great pass to Jared King to start it off. Then Stair with a great pass or a great reception, and that's got to feel good for Jake Hotchkiss because it's definitely going to give him some confidence moving forward in the game. He definitely needs it. And kudos to Musanga for running that right up the middle. He's might be able to figure that defense out now.
So Curtis lining up this extra point. Falls up and to the uprights. No big deal. That makes the score 7-1 in favor of the Mount Allison Mounties with 2:54 left in the first quarter.
St. FX is definitely not going to rest on their laurels here. You'll probably see Jamari Bennett start throwing the ball, keep throwing the ball because he's had some success doing that earlier on in the game. So they're definitely going to want a big run back by Damone Williams or Jordan Catterall here too. So this is a big play or a big drive here for St. FX to see if they can get back.
If any of our viewers do want to get in contact with us, you can reach us at our email address, stfx.webcast@gmail.com. That's stfx.wbcast@gmail.com. So feel free to send us an email. Let us know if we're mispronouncing any names or if everything the sound's good and if the technical issues are at a minimum. We'd love to hear from you. As Curtis lines up this kickoff. Kick is up. Looks like it's going to go to Williams. Williams tries to go to the outside. Looks like he'll get a block or two. And he'll take it up to about the 38-yard line. Nice return from Williams.
Great return there. Just had some nice blocks going forward. They did the wedge, which is the three offensive linemen, or they take the big guys down there and they create a big gap for the returner to run. So great job with the wedge, and Damone was able to pick up nice yardage there. So again, we'll see how St. FX responds because they don't want to rest on the laurels here. They want to get right back on the wagon here.
Bennett passes out to the sideline and he's engulfed. Nice tackle there from number 1, Corey Armstrong, on the reception from number 6. I got my teams mixed up. Donovan Saunders with the tackle on number 6 for St. FX, Jordan Catterall.
And Donovan Saunders has redeemed himself with that play. He was the one who ended up fumbling that ball on the little reverse they tried on the punt return. So for him to get himself back in the game, that's going to feel good for him and his coaches. That was a massive hit, and he's not a big guy, so for him to lean into that receiver like that, that's quite impressive.
Bennett back to pass. Out to the sidelines, and looks like there's going to be a first down here. Nice catch and run from number 84 for St. FX. That's Michael Hopper.
And you know what? You got to be really pleased there with I believe it's DeBola on St. FX's, or sorry, it was McClesh, the guard there for St. FX. Made an excellent block for the receiver to run there. As you saw, the receiver was just about to get tackled, and McClesh came back with a massive block. And that's what you need. You need the whole team jumping up with you on the play and following it through. So that was a great play. Great job by St. FX.
Bennett once again in the shotgun. He'll hand it off and engulfed right away. No room for Dixon whatsoever, and he's taken down by number 55 to look like Devin Spencer.
Matt Allison along with St. FX, both teams have done a great job. Their defenses have clogged in the middle. Looked like there was nowhere to run there, so that was a really nice job of clogging the middle there.
All right, Bennett now back in the shotgun. He's going to be looking to gain some serious yardage, probably through the air here. Fake handoff, pass out wide to Catterall. Catterall loses his first defender. Looks like he's going to find some open space. Catterall down the sidelines. Can he make it? He fumbles, and Mount Allison picks that up. I think he might have been out of bounds though. So,
wow!
Sigh of relief from the St. FX crowd here.
Sigh of relief is right. It all starts with that's a classic wide receiver screen. They rolled their three receivers to the left. Two of them gave Catterall the golden path to the end zone there. Great speed by Catterall to the side. It looked like he was almost gone. But as you can see, he had to burn a few defensemen or a few defensive players on the way. That's just his elusiveness, and he's extremely agile. And his first couple steps are boom, boom. So he's right away. It looked like he was definitely out of bounds though when he fumbled. So again, you're right. Sigh of relief is correct.
So Catterall, some big yardage for the wide receiver. First catch of the game. As Bennett now will step back in the shotgun once again. He's got Bailey to his right all by himself. Handoff out to the side. That's Williams, and he gets taken down for minimal gain. Looks like about 3 yards.
Yeah, short yard gain there. If he wasn't running the ball there, he had Bailey wide open to his right. Again, it's a nice change though this year for St. FX's offense, that they have different guys they can utilize. I mean, you saw Williams, you saw Catterall, Dixon, Bailey. When you have Hopper too, these guys can all make plays at different times. So it doesn't matter who you have in the end, as long as someone's getting it done, and they have at least 5 go-to guys who can do it.
All right, second down and about 6 yards. Bennett takes the snap out wide to Williams. Williams breaks a tackle, but looks like he's going to get taken down by the second effort here. And down he goes. Matt Allison go for the strip. They're trying to knock the ball loose.
What I'm noticing so far, Kieran, is that Matt Allison is doing an excellent job of gang tackling. It's not just one guy on his own side that's making the tackle. When whoever's around the ball, they're bringing 5 to 6 guys to bring him down. So it's a ruthless defense Matt Allison is implying right now, and they're doing a great job of it.
That brings us to the close of the first quarter. So we'll switch ends here and kick this field goal as Anthony Alex will line it up. After 1 quarter of play, the score is 7 for the visiting Mount Allison Mounties and 1 for St. Francis Xavier X-Men.
That was an interesting quarter for sure. What you saw there, I mean, it's only 7-1 for Mount Allison. I think the weather conditions and the field conditions have definitely played a part in the low-scoring game so far. We've seen a few turnovers, a few drop balls, but for the most part, it looks like it could be anyone's game. I mean, these are two very even squads, and going in, this is a big quarter because it's going to go into halftime. So we're going to see who's ever going to make a statement on this one.
All right, Anthony Alex missed 1 field goal attempt earlier from just about the same place. It looks to be about 5 or 6 yards closer this time, so we'll see if he can punch this one through. Field goal's up, And that's through the up. No, it's just wide again. So Alex having a real tough game kicking, but it looks like CIS is going to get another point out of this as the tackle is made in the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have 2 points here, and I don't remember the last time St. FX has ever had 2 points.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, you're drawing it back to Alex. It's definitely not been his game today. Just the leg's a little bit off, but you got to contribute some of that to the weather conditions because it is windy, it is rainy. The snap could be bad. It looked like a little bit of a wobbly snap there too, but there's no way he's happy about this. But he's going to have lots of other opportunities to redeem himself the rest of the game. So it's about staying composed and not losing your poise. So he's got to just get back on the 8 ball here, and there's lots of game time left.
If the weather gets any worse, I might even look to see Gary Waterman going for it on those field goal situations if Alex can't start putting these through the uprights.
Oh, absolutely, and he has the weapons to do it. So you're right. I wouldn't rule that out either.
Hotchkiss back in the shotgun once again. Hands it off. Musango. He breaks the tackle, and he gets hit pretty hard, but a 15-yard gain just at the 50-yard line.
Looks like a holding call against Mount Allison. Number 88, Dan Tomey, maybe on the play there, but you see Musanga's speed and his agility. He's had a real tough time at the start of the game, but it looks like he's found his groove. The pregame jitters are out. He seems to be enthralled now, and he's in the zone, so that was a great run, but it looks like it's coming back, which is unfortunate for Mount Allison.
So a big gain on the ground from Musango, who's brought back. That's pretty demoralizing, I think, as they have been having a little bit of trouble early going in the run. So they're definitely going to want to get that one back.
It absolutely is demoralizing. And everyone's got to be on the same page. Absolutely nobody's perfect, and penalties will happen. But in big games like this, because this has serious playoff implications, it's about staying composed, keeping your discipline.
Fumbled snap. Hotchkiss just takes it on the ground, and he hits the turf. So probably the easiest sack that number 55 for St. FX will ever have, Marcus Wisdom.
That's right. I mean, don't you wish every sack could be like that, eh? Didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah, just put a pat on the back and sacking the stats.
A little love tap, and he's down. So, but that's a tough snap there. You got to give credit where credit's due, and Hotchkiss was able to recover that ball and make sure no damage was done. So, good recovery by Hotchkiss.
All right, Curtis again back to punt this ball. Oh, actually, no, they're going to go for it. Oh, it's only second down. I'm sorry. Got my downs mixed up as Hotchkiss drops back, puts the ball over the middle, and that's caught just at the first down marker. Oh, sorry, just at the original line of scrimmage marker. So that's going to be short, and now we'll see the punt team come out, I believe.
You will see the punt team come out, but I mean, what a play! I mean, if that penalty didn't happen, that's a huge yard. That's a huge gain. For him to be able to, I believe that receiver there was it Trentham?
Yep, I believe so.
Yeah, number 85 Trentham. There's 2 guys draped all over him. It's beyond me how he was able to take that down. So great job there by Trentham.
Especially in these wet conditions to put your hands on the ball and keep it into your chest, and it also gives him a little bit of field position. Almost blocked on that punt, and they're going to get a penalty for running into the kicker or roughing the kicker. And that's going to give the Mount Allison Mounties a first down.
The problem is with this penalty, Kieran, is with the roughing the kicker, is that it's usually, it's always an accident. I mean, like, how can you really avoid it? You have guys, special teams players, who are guns a-blazing, ready to get that ball. And when they dive, you can't really avoid the kicker when you're doing it because he usually moves about 5 feet ahead. So that's a really tough really controversial penalty, I think, and but I mean, it's something you have to adapt to and you have to avoid. So
you can't tell your defensive players not to dive for that punt block, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's something that you can't be mad at the player for taking the penalty on that one. That's sort of an exception because he had the right idea.
I think it was pretty inevitable there. It looks like 3 St. FX players were diving at that punter. Hotchkiss fakes the handoff once again, puts the ball up in the air. He's got an open man. Nice defense though, as the targeted number 11 for Mount Allison couldn't reel that in. That was Ben Stair, and great defense from, couldn't catch his number, I think it was number 13? Number 13, Carlton Elliott. So great drop back there to get Elliott got his hand on that ball.
Looked like Elliott did get a hand on that there. Boy, it looked like the Mount Allison receiver was gone, though, and there was lots of room. It looked like that was slow motion ball in the air.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Hotchkiss is he's got a great arm, beautiful throw he has. So it's usually quite the graceful toss, but wasn't able to come down with it.
Yeah, if Elliott didn't make that play, that was probably going for 6 points. Hotchkiss now drops back. He has to throw quickly, though, and that's going to be forced incomplete. Great rush there from St. FX's Ryan Olson.
And Ryan Olson's been a key player on this team all year. He's one of the key returning guys from last year's squad. Without a doubt, one of the better defensive players in the AUS again. What a pass rush. Hotchkiss heard footsteps and he panicked and he let that go. So I'm almost surprised that wasn't intentional grounding on the play. But you got to give credit to Olson there because that was he had Hotchkiss right where he wanted him.
Great rush from Olson. And good job by Hotchkiss to not throw an interception or take the sack. So that punt is up. Almost hits a Mount Allison player. But that'll be out of bounds just at about the 35-yard line.
As you can see, Kieran, we're well on our way in the second quarter here, and the crowd seems to be in full force. Doesn't look like there's a seat to be had here. So all the students, alumni, it's turned out to be quite the event here today.
Yep, this stadium's getting packed, and the rain is not bothering these fans whatsoever. They're still chanting and cheering despite the fact they're down 5 points on the scoreboard, 7-2 here in the second quarter with 12 minutes left. Bennett back, fakes the handoff, rolls out, puts it up. Great catch by Hopper, and he'll gain some yards after the catch. And he's eventually brought down by Mount Allison's number 33, T. Nguyen.
That's exactly how you execute a play-action play. Bennett sold it very well. He had two guys who were going the opposite direction when he faked it. He had all kinds of time, it looked like, to make that play, and Hopper's able to come down with it. So perfectly executed play-action play by St. FX offense. That's definitely the right play you want to do when you're starting a drive.
All right, Bennett once again back in the shotgun. He's got Hopper on the near side, but he's looking the other way. A nice catch there by Williams, and he goes down for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, that was looked like it was about 4 feet to the right of Williams there. Just speaks to his athletic talent and his versatility to come down with that ball. He was able to dive and get it. Not too long, not too much yardage there, but it was quite the effort there by Williams to snag that.
Definitely better than a loss or an incomplete pass. They'll be working with about 6.5 yards to go, as we've got some men in morph suits out on the field right now, trying to get the crowd going. Looks like the referee's gonna call official timeout, and they're gonna try and escape the security now, I believe, as they're running and jumping over the fence. And one of them goes down pretty hard.
That's right, he fell. You know what, that's funny though, good stuff, good for them. Just, it's harmless. It's not like they were streaking or anything, just running across the field, having a good time. So
this pass from Bennett is up, and it's caught. Big hit, but it rolled off the contact. That was number 3, Andrew Hickey with the catch. And the big hit came in, I believe, trying to get your number here, number 45. So number 45, DeWolf with the big tackle.
DeWolf howled at him and laid the lumber on Hickey there. What a hit. Yep. You could hear that from New Glasgow. That was just an absolute rip.
Just a crack of thunder. Yeah. Pretty lucky, I think, maybe even to avoid the helmet-to-helmet contact penalty.
Very lucky. And even for Hickey not to drop that ball, it's an excellent play holding on to that.
Bennett drops back. He puts the pass out to the side to Bailey, and a great catch, but doesn't look like it's for too much yardage. But great job by Bailey to get his hands on that and bring it in.
Number 1, Donovan Saunders. He has the long dreadlocks for Mount Allison. He is an excellent man-to-man defender. He's been draped all over Bailey. He's been draped all over Catterall. He's been moving side to side. I'd say beside Down on Ryan Down on Mount Allison, he's probably their second best defensive player, and he's had a good start to the game other than the fumble.
Looks like they're going to put him out on the side with Hopper. Hopper's had a couple big catches early in the game, so they're probably going to try and prevent him on the big side. Passes up, and looks like he's wide open. Great catch, and that's going to be a touchdown for Andrew Hickey and the St. FX X-Men.
Wow. That was a beautiful play. I think I may have spoken too soon. Saunders with Hickey burned. Saunders, he left the other guy in the dust. He had room to order some pizza from the wheel there and eat the whole thing before he went in for the touchdown. So that was a huge. Where were the defense? Where were the defenders? I don't even know how that play worked.
I think what happened was they thought that Bennett was going to bring it down in a rush because he was engulfed by that pocket, but somehow Bennett got it up in the air and just towards the end zone. I think he maybe even just out of the corner of his eye. I think he was thinking about rushing it, but this kick here is going to go through the uprights for the extra point. Makes the score 9-7 in favor of the X-Men.
9-7, it's a close game, but again, going back to that play, you're right. He escaped the pocket there. It did look like he was going to rush it, but boy, oh boy, I don't know if you can get any more open than what Hickey was there. He had about no one within 20 yards of him. He was just gone.
So totally fooled everyone there.
Yeah, and everyone was just waiting for him to catch the ball because it was served to him on a platter. So.
Yeah. Those ones you actually almost have to be careful that you have too much time to think about it, and it just kind of like catch it off your wrist or something like that, and it goes on the ground, and then you're on the highlight reel for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly. And luckily he'll be on the highlight reel for all the right reasons there. So that was a great play.
So 10:05 left in the second quarter, 9-7 score for St. FX after they scored that big touchdown. Once again, we did get an email earlier talking about our sound volumes were a little bit off, so if that's still an issue, feel free to send us an email at stfx.webcast@gmail.com. That's stfx.webcast@gmail.com. So feel free to let us know. Any comments or feedback are appreciated. Here comes the return from Trentham. He breaks free. He's going to go to the outside. Nice little change of speed, and he's got to the sidelines, and he was just about one tackle away from going about another 20 yards. So great play there from Trentham to get to the outside and find some space.
Absolutely. That was an excellent play by Trentham. He got an excellent block there. It looked like by James Stevens, number 90 on Mount Allison. Was able to open up tons of space for him to run. Got to the outside, and Mount Allison's looking at real good field position here, so we'll see what they can do.
Looks like a penalty on the play against Mount Allison is going to bring this back to the 20-yard line. That's an unfortunate break for the Mounties, as they had some pretty good field position, and now they're going to have to drive a good 90 yards if they want to get the 6 points.
Yeah, wow, that is a real tough break again. Penalties at it again, so it's about staying disciplined here, and that's been a problem for Mount Allison.
Hotchkiss, we've seen this play before, out wide. This time it's Molnar. He breaks one tackle but can't get through the second, and he's just short of the 30. About a 7-yard gain there. Pretty impressive run when it looked like he was caught by a couple tackles.
Definitely run. We have seen that play a couple times before. It's just the classic reverse. Two guys in the backfield. It looked like it was a Musanga on the other side. Does the old fake, and then Molnar gets the ball. And Molnar's the right guy in that situation to get the ball because he's got elusive speed, excellent playmaker, and he'll get you the points. So he's the guy you want in that situation.
Hotchkiss hands it off to Musango. Musango busts through the O-line there, or for the first down. So a great run there by Musango.
Yeah, it was a good run by Musango. It looked like if he eluded one more step, he was gone for another 20, if not 30 yards. So you got to be happy. I mean, he gained about 6 on the play, but he could have had much more. So one of the defense, I didn't catch him. One of the defensive linemen on St. FX got a tail on him. So
and that's a big deal for Mount Allison to get those running yards and first downs on the ground, because it really keeps the defense for St. FX honest. And another run, Musango through the middle, and he gets stopped for about a 6-yard gain. So if you keep punching it 6 yards at a time, that's pretty decent yardage on the ground.
That's right, Kieran. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it has to work, right? And I mean, it looks like they're finding a bit of a niche here with Musanga going up the middle, and that really wasn't the case early on in the game. It might be the defensive line is. The offensive line is creating holes for Musanga to run here a lot better. So they're kind of got the defensive linemen for St. FX on their heels. So It's been a bit of a change up so far in the second quarter, that's for sure.
Maybe the D line for St. FX getting a little bit tired late in the half. And another broken tackle. Musango again looks like he's got the first down. barring any penalties, no flags on the play. So it looks like Mount Allison once again first down on the ground.
That's 3 straight great runs from Musonga. And as you're seeing in a group of players who usually don't get a lot of credit because it's a position that you don't usually notice too much unless you watch closely, but the offensive linemen right now for Mount Allison are really opening up, giving Musonga tons of room to run. So, if they can continue this play, it's just keep moving the chains for Mount Allison.
That was a big strength for St. FX in the past. They had a fantastic goal line. And now Mount Allison really showing their worth in that department. This time, though, it's a pretty short gain, maybe about 3 or 4 yards. So Musonga goes down a little bit earlier than he wanted, I think.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting that after the last 3 plays, but I guess St. FX may have just saw it coming from me because that's all they've been seeing, really. So.
Well, if you're Mount Allison's head coach, I think you run until you're proved to can't run anymore. So.
And you couldn't agree more. And it's a difference because for Kelly Jeffrey, the head coach of Mount Allison, in the past, he's had Gary Ross, the former unbelievable receiver, to hit. So.
Intercepted. St. FX is taking this back the other way. Stays on his feet. That's number 42. Ron O'Mara, big playmaking play from Ron O'Mara, and he takes that ball away from Mount Allison, puts it back in the hands of Bennett.
And it's hard to believe, again, when you're looking at O'Mara, he's a first-year rookie, and you look at the size of him, he looks like he's been in the league for about 3 to 4 years. He makes plays like he's been in the league for about 3 to 4 years. He has a veteran presence to him. That was an exceptional interception, but again, that's been one of Hotchkiss' downfalls this year for interceptions. I believe he leads the league in interceptions this year, so didn't look like anyone was around O'Mara either, so that's one you want to go back to the drawing board for O'Mara.
And I think the scary thing is he's only going to get bigger and better. Run there from St. FX is stopped for no yardage, or maybe about a yard. Looks like a player's down on the play. He's going to get up though. Maybe playing a little bit of possum. Looks to be okay.
Should be fine there. But going back to that interception again, O'Mara did a perfect linebacker read. He did his read steps, took 2 or 3 steps, read exactly the situation. He saw the pass coming, got out, and he had about 2-3 receivers who he was watching. But that's an easy interception for O'Mara. That's something that he would take any day, and that's a tough one for Hotchkiss.
From my perspective, I didn't even see who the receiver he was targeting, so great job by O'Mara to kind of step into that gap and just take that ball away.
That's right.
All right, Bennett once again back in the shotgun. He's got Bailey on the short side, Hopper on the far side. Snap taken as he lines up the field. Short play. Fumble, though. And they're going to call that a no possession incomplete pass. So very, very lucky from Andrew Hickey. The touchdown score early in the game is, to me, it looked like he might have had possession of that ball.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It did look like he had possession, but he must have just the ref had a good eye on it. He was right beside the play, so that's a good call by Mr. Referee, number 53. And boy, oh boy, number 25, Mount Allison, I believe that is Kwame Ajay, was absolutely gone. There was no one around him if that was a fumble, so he's definitely licking his chops on that one.
Yeah, a lucky break for the X-Men. And it looks like Alex is going to get a chance at about a 45-yard field goal here. His kick is up. This is just wide once again. St. FX trying to get the one single point, and they'll get it. So that's a big playoff. That was a much more tough field goal for Alex, and understandable he missed that one. And St. FX gets a single point out of it.
Absolutely, that was a tougher field goal attempt than his last two. But again, that's one that Alex has routinely been able to hit in the past. So it's tough to comprehend what's going on today. But again, it's not like it's a sunny day out there. I mean, it's raining. The field's wet. The snap could be a little bit off. So definitely Anthony Alex isn't too happy with himself right now. But with a close game like this, you know he's going to be used a lot more.
Yeah, I think when it gets down to field conditions, the kicks look like they're going in the air okay, so I don't think it's the ball. It might be his plant foot if he's stepping into the turf and the turf's a little bit slick. it might be sliding a little bit on him, and he may have to change some footwear or something like that to maybe get a better footing and line these field goals up.
And that's up to the players, too. The players have to be aware of their surroundings. You can't be trying to go for the all-out big play if you know you're going to slip. You just make the easy, simple play.
Yeah.
In conditions like this, it's almost better to take the simpler, easier route rather than go big or go home. So.
And that was a big single point for St. FX, actually, because it puts them 3 points up and forces Mount Allison to go for a field goal if they want to take the lead or tie this game. Passing complete. I think they're going to call it intentional grounding or roughing the passer, actually. So 75 for St. FX is going to get flagged for that. He's not listed on my chart. It might be 76, Nate Anand. So Anand undisciplined a little bit, but maybe just trying to finish his tackle.
Yeah, and that's a tough one for a defensive lineman. And Anand right there was on the play. That's definitely roughing the passer. When you're so close to the quarterback and he just lets it go, I mean, there's no worse feeling because you have him in your sights. You really want to put a big lick on him.
Yeah.
So it's a really tough one mentally for defensive linemen, linebackers alike, roughing the passer. But definitely a good call by the referee. It was a little late, and it looks like Mount Allison is going to move up a little bit here.
Yeah, and if you are going to take a penalty like that, I guess it does have some small benefits to it. You kind of put a knock on the quarterback, maybe getting his head, rough him up a little bit, and they are on the defensive side of the field, or the Mount Allison side of the field. So not the worst thing in the world, but definitely not a favorable call at all.
Yeah, exactly. And from my past experiences in high school, defensive coordinators really don't like that. Don't like that call for you as a player. They expect you to stay disciplined. They expect you to move aside if you're that close and he threw away the ball. So that's definitely a really tough play for defensive linemen and linebackers alike.
Hotchkiss back in the shotgun once again. He's got Musangu behind him. And it looks like it's going to go to Musangu, and he cuts through the line, but he hits a brick wall. It actually almost looked like his own player, number 81, made that tackle. That would be Jared King, but obviously I think it was more of a St. FX player.
Yeah, did it ever look like King was there on the tackle, so wouldn't that be a little awkward / funny? But
yeah.
No, again, it's been very inconsistent for Musanga today. He's had lots of success up the middle, then he's had minimal success up the middle. So, I mean, if you're looking for St. FX defensive linemen, you want to keep the consistency. So, let's hope they keep this up and don't fall back into the trap of letting him gain about 6 up the middle again.
Hotchkiss back, fumbles the snap again. He's going to try and run with it himself, and he won't get too far. He'll gain about a yard. So again, conditions may be playing a factor, but that's the second fumbled snap we've seen from Mount Allison today.
But again, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, with Hotchkiss, he's one of those quarterbacks that's when he's on, and when he's not. So that interception he threw that O'Mara was able to take back could have really put a stall in his confidence and sent him back a few notches. So he's just got to stay calm, stay poised. I mean, it's an extremely close game. There's lots of football left to be played. So, and he's the leader of this offense, so he can't be flustered. So if they see him being flustered, it reflects on the whole team. So he's just got to go back to square one.
That punt is up and out of bounds. So decent punt. It went about, quick mental math, 10, 15, 40 yards or so, 35 maybe, and some pretty decent field position for St. FX. They see one or two first downs, and they should be fairly close to field goal range.
Yeah, absolutely. With about 4:11 left in the second, or in the second half, you can see maybe a couple more drives for each team, maybe one each. So it all depends on how far they utilize their ball management. But looks like they're going into the half. They definitely want a big drive here.
So under center, pass off, finds Bailey, and Bailey breaks 2 tackles and gets all the way out to the 55-yard line. Oh, Dixon, sorry. Once again, get my team mixed up. But a great play there from Dixon to break that tackle and get all the way to center field.
And Ashton Dixon had great success against Mount Allison in the preseason. When they won 23-0, he was probably the best player on the field. He was a monster out there. So kudos to him. That was a really good run, and he's one of those running backs that doesn't run to juke. He runs to hurt, so he'll run through you.
Some smash mouth football, and there's a nice quick pass out to Williams, and he'll get through a couple tackles, and he'll go down at the 45-yard line. He'll be just about 4 yards short of the first down.
And this is what works for St. FX, their offense. The outside passes to the receivers. Their wide receiver screens so far what I've seen this season have been really, really beneficial to their attack. They've had the most success with the short passes, so it looks about right now there might be an injury with Damone Williams.
I think Williams and Catterall got injured on that play as they both had a knee at some point. Looks like Williams is favoring his lower body there, one of his legs maybe, but he is walking off under his own power, so I would look to see him maybe get a little bit of attention and get right back into this game.
Yeah, it doesn't look too serious, but you never know, so I'm sure the training staff St. FX is going to look after him, and hopefully he'll get right back out there.
Looks like a penalty against St. FX, roughing after the whistle, 15 yards. That takes them all the way back to their own 50. That's a very unfortunate penalty. I think maybe they were upset with one of the St. FX players was upset with the tackle made, so that's pretty undisciplined on their behalf.
That is undisciplined. And the thing is, with big games like this, a homecoming game, you usually see the home side, St. FX, or whatever team it would be, take more penalties because they're so jacked up from the crowd. They tend to do things they normally wouldn't do, maybe get a bit more aggressive. The intensity ratchets up a notch, so you do see a bit more penalties, so it's not surprising to see.
Bennett back to pass. Shovel pass. Finds Dixon, but it doesn't look like he's going to get too far as he's surrounded right now. And now this ball is on the ground with Dixon as he's down for about a 1 yard gain, so it looks like the punt team will come out for St. FX.
That was an interesting little play there. I mean, you definitely didn't expect that, but Bennett showed us not only in this game but earlier on in the season that he's a guy that usually expect the unexpected with him. It's either he can run or he'll sling it. So just a quick little shovel to Dixon, but there really was nowhere to go for him.
Yeah, the left-handed quarterback, pretty agile, maybe a less athletic version of Michael Vick. So it's real exciting for the fans definitely to get him in there and see what he can do out there. Here comes the punt from Alex, and he's going to try and corner it to the right side of the field. It's caught by Trentham. And Trentham will go down. Great chase and tackle from number 24 for St. FX. That's Rajat once again.
Rajat once again. He's not a big guy, but he's got elusive speed, exceptional speed, really. And his angles. It's all about angles on special teams. You make the proper angle. It doesn't matter how you take him down. It could be unorthodox. It could be executed perfectly. But Rajat, again on the tackle. What else has been new this year for him?
And once again, a penalty on the play, holding against Milne Allison. So this will be once again being brought back. So really, Milne Allison, they're losing this field position battle because they keep taking penalties at inopportune times. St. FX has taken a couple penalties, but they've been closer to the center of the field when they take them. Milne Allison seems to take them right when they get the ball, and it pushes them all the way back to the.
And that shows in the scoreboard too, doesn't it, Kieran? I mean, it's 10-7 St. FX, so the penalties definitely have a factor in it.
Hotchkiss rolls out. He's going to throw this one up. Nice spiral, but it's a jump ball, and that's a pretty easy knockdown. And there's a flag on the play. Not sure who's going to be against. Some sort of pass interference, whether it's offensive or defense. Usually this call goes against the defense.
Nice little Hail Mary there, but from Hotchkiss, boy, did he ever have time to do whatever he wanted on that play. But as you can see, I mean, he does really have the arm, and he's a lefty, right? So it's you don't see too many lefties out here. I mean, I know Corey Wensley, the backup quarterback now for St. FX, is also a lefty. So
there's 3 lefties in this game, man.
Is there actually?
Yeah. So Bennett, Wensley.
Bennett's lefty too. That's right.
Yeah. So it's a lot of lefties out here. Usually,
I would like anybody to challenge us on having 3 left-handed quarterbacks in one game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's unheard of, I believe. So, interesting. I missed what happened there. It looked like there was going to be a defensive pass interference all the way at the 50, but they may have changed their mind a little bit, and it'll just be a 10-yard game. All right, so Hotchkiss back He'll get a fresh set of downs nonetheless. He'll fake the handoff. He puts it up, and it's tipped. Looks like it was intended for number 81, Jared King. But hand on the ball through the middle there from number 24 for St. FX. And that broke that up. That was Rajati once again. Or Rajat, sorry.
Yeah, Rajat is all over the field. Nice little tip there. Defensive back, safety number 2, Ray Hartman on St. FX, who made a spectacular interception earlier this year against Acadia. Was excellent there. He had total coverage at night. So he was draped all over him, so I don't think there would be too much of a play anyways if he was able to catch or go near that ball.
Hotchkiss hands it off. Masangu, there's a penalty, and Masangu gets taken down for about a 8-yard gain, 7.5, 8 yards, and I think this is probably going to, it's holding against Mount Allison. So once again, penalties kind of working against the Mounties. I think they're going to decline it anyway, though, and try and force them to punt.
Definitely, you'll probably see a decline here, but again, the penalties. The referee's been real busy today throwing their flags, especially in the last 5 minutes or so. It seems like every second play there's an orange flag draped on the field. So both teams just got to bear down here, and I'm sure Gary Waterman for St. FX, the head coach, and the head coach of Mount Allison, Kelly Jeffrey, are going to go into the locker room at halftime and tell the boys you got to stay disciplined here.
Yeah, we're into the 2-minute drill here as there's 2:11 left on the clock. And Mount Allison is going to punt away to, looks like, Catterall and Williams, who previously were injured and back on the field now. Funny snap there, and it's punt directly to the sidelines. Trying to avoid any kind of return, but Catterall's going to get it. Big block there. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough as Catterall gets taken down at the 40-yard line.
And you really thought with that play there, you'd think that Catterall was going to go all the way around, and it looked like he's a guy that if he gets any space, he's got the mind, he's got the feet to make a play. So, but he was stopped there, so I was a little surprised. I thought he was going to do a little bit more with that ball.
I think the initial block kind of threw him off. He had to run around it. And Mount Allison did a great job on defensive coverage on special teams there to read that, and I think they probably kind of anticipated him going to the outside, and they were able to beat him to the corner.
Oh, absolutely.
So we have 2 minutes exactly left, 10-7 score in favor of the St. FX X-Men here at their homecoming match at St. Francis Xavier University here at the Olin Stadium. We've got some changing of personnel right now as there's a penalty against St. FX, so this is going to come all the way back, and I think then they'll go another 10 yards after that.
Yeah. What was the penalty there? It looks like it's roughing.
So I think the first down marker may be on the wrong flag.
Yeah.
So Hotchkiss will get another chance here.
I mean, how good would this is a massive drive here for Mount Allison. 2 minutes left in the quarter, going into the half. Pretty much, this game could really be the turning point of the season for both teams, so you have to be ready.
This pass is up, and just out in front, Hotchkiss was looking for Ben Stair. Couldn't quite get it to him, though, as the pass led him just a little bit too far.
Yeah, again, like we saw earlier in the game, Bennett threw a tough one before one of his receivers was able to run his full route. Right there, it looked like Stair was not able to run his full route before the ball came to him, so I'm sure you'd see it again, but you see the arm strength of Hotchkiss again. It was a well drawn up play as well, but just couldn't execute.
All right, so second down and about 10 here. Mount Allison trying to put together a drive to end the second half, or first half. This ball is up and caught. Great catch, as it looks like that is number 11. Once again, Ben Stair. So second time he's been targeted, and this time he brings it in for a nice catch, as there was three St. FX defense people around that ball.
Stair's been targeted a couple times. Earlier in the game he had a great catch in the first quarter, about 30 yards, but it may have been brought back. Stairs seems to be the go-to guy, and we haven't seen a whole lot of Adam Molnar, which is a little surprising. I know he came off an injury last week, and that may have to do something with him not being a prime target in this game, because he can really make a difference.
Molnar was actually wide open there, but instead it goes to Stair once again, and a nice catch. So Not too sure why. I suppose it worked out for him on that particular play, but I did notice that Mulder was wide open with lots of space here on the short route.
That's right. We've only seen Mulder make about 2 plays because he's only had about 2 touches this whole game, which is very surprising. We're almost on the second half here. But, I mean, you can't complain. I mean, they're marching upfield here. Stair seems to be the guy they're targeting at. So, but don't be surprised if Mulder steals a bit of the spotlight here soon.
This ball is up in the air. Triple coverage. Definitely an interesting choice of targets there from Hotchkiss as he threw right between three St. FX defense.
Yeah, that was an odd one. He was receiver on the play was triple teamed, so he was able to bring that down. You get all the credit in the world, and if he's not, I mean, you wonder why throw that ball, but it looks like they'll have another quick one here, and they're in field goal range, so it's not all bad for Mount Allison right now.
All right, so Hotchkiss back in the shotgun. No one in the backfield. He drops back. He'll put it up. Looks like he's targeting Stair, and Stair catches it. I think it's a touchdown. There's a penalty, though. So touchdown Mount Allison. Flag on the play. We'll have to see what the call is. But Stair, once again, the go-to guy for Mount Allison Mounties, and he gets the 6 points.
And for Stair to be able to catch that ball, I mean, that could be on a TSN top 10 right there. I don't know how he even brought that down. It looked like he was on the ground. He was able to just juggle it. So, but that's definitely, it was a penalty on St. FX anyway. So clean touchdown, and like I said, going into the half, that's exactly what Mount Allison needed. And everyone on the sidelines is giddy and they're ready to go now. So it could be a changer, could be a momentum turner.
So Mount Allison's going to line up this extra pat. Kick is up and through the uprights for the point. So that makes the score 14-10 in favor of the Mount Allison Mounties here at St. FX's homecoming game at St. Francis Xavier University.
That's right. We'll see if St. FX can respond before the half, because if you think about it, Mount Allison is going to be getting the ball back at the start of the half. So Mount Allison's in really good position right now, so St. FX is really going to have to change it up.
Yeah, there's
make a statement here with this minute left.
A lot of options for St. FX. If they can drive the field, get into field goal range, make this a 1-point game, or even if they miss a field goal and they can get another point, that puts it within a field goal. So a lot of different avenues on the table here as St. FX tries to put together a sustaining drive to put points on the board.
That's right.
Curtis having a little bit of trouble teeing this ball up. And Mount Allison's going to get their assignment straight, and then they'll line this one up, and they'll kick back to, once again, Catterall and Williams. Be interesting to see which player they target. I'd look to see maybe they kick this one maybe low and on the ground to try and maybe throw a wrench in the
absolutely,
return.
and you don't want to risk it, too. I mean, with a minute left, you have 2 highly explosive weapons in the backfield. So
yeah, it looks like he's lining up pretty straight on.
Yeah.
Chips it onside kick, almost. And big hit, the ball's loose. I'm not sure who has it. Looks like St. FX. Yeah, St. FX will retain possession here. But interesting that they go for that short kick and possibly try and recover it.
Again, Donovan Saunders, he's had 2 massive blows this game. I mean, earlier in the game, he lined someone up and just laid the boom right there. That was a devastating hit, lethal.
Yep.
He comes in like a shotgun, so that was huge, huge play by Saunders.
Knocked the ball loose and gave Mount Allison an opportunity to get the ball back. And you know what? The ball's on the 37-yard line, and that's probably where it would have been if they had kicked it deep. So
and he's a difference maker. He's a guy that special teams, defense, he can really make plays, and he's a guy that can change the game around at any time.
Nice catch by Hopper, and he's gone. He fumbles, though, and looks like this ball is out of bounds, and St. FX, I think, will recover possession. Haven't seen a signal yet from the referee.
It almost looked like Hopper just threw that ball to the ground there. That was a weird play, but we've seen turnovers this game, and you definitely knew you were going to expect it. But at the moment, the rain seems to subside, but looks like the rain's subsided, but it's still really bad conditions on the field, so you're definitely, it's not the only turnover you'll see. That ball's definitely wet.
I think what the referee ruled on the play there was he fumbled forward and the ball went in bounds, so they brought the ball back to where he initially was tackled. So CFX gets the ball. Bennett back. He's going to be forced to roll out a bit, but he'll throw it up, and it looks like it's going to be picked. It is. Mount Allison gets the ball back, and he could be gone to the sideline. Bennett was the last line of defense there, and number 32 for Mount Allison with a great play to get the ball back. That was Tyler Nadolny.
And he was just panicked there. Bennett panicked. He took a couple steps. He was doing circles. I mean, it's not his fault. The O-lineman kind of failed him on his play because he had 2 pass rushers on his tail. But he had a quick panic and just threw that ball away. And that was a good interception, but really not too hard of a play for that defensive back. So that's definitely one Bennett will want to have back. But, I mean, there's lots of game time left. With 38 seconds here, it's really crucial that St. FX does not break and let Matt Allison get any more points here. They need to stop. They need a massive stop here.
Yeah, the defense for St. FX is really going to have to bail out their quarterback. Looks like there's a penalty on the play, maybe offside. Ball's up, and that is incomplete. Targeted for number 12 for Mount Allison, Moeller. So maybe they're starting to change their game plan, but it looks like it's going to be a penalty all the same.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming back.
So penalty against St. FX, actually, I think. So it looks like it might be a... Oh, it's just a warning, though, for a mouth guard violation. Okay. So no yard change on the play there.
It's a keen eye by the ref seeing that mouth guard.
Definitely something that you don't want to be penalized for, as something silly like a mouth guard, and it's a very key piece of equipment, especially this day and age with all the concussions going around.
Oh, exactly.
Hotchkiss takes the handoff, then gives it to Masango, and Masango, no chance at all, goes down. Great tackle there from number 25, Kyle Grant.
And St. FX has adapted their defense tremendously to this one play that Matt Allison just continues to run. It looks like they're running it every 5th, 6th play. It's one of their most popular ones. It's the classic reverse. They have 2 running backs in the backfield. One fakes it, the other one takes it, and but St. FX is moving all their guys from center, their back guys, the back linebackers, even strong side safeties coming through for the tackle. So they've really adapted well to that, that's for sure.
Looks like Mount Allison's going to punt here. Try and pin St. FX deep and not allow them any time. With 20 seconds left. Fumbled snap, though. Punter's going to run with it. This could be really devastating. He's going to try and kill the clock, I think. And he goes down. And a great tackle there from number 1, Corey Armstrong. Pretty lucky he didn't get his hand on the face mask, though, as that his arms were up kind of near the helmet.
And with 12 seconds here, Kieran, that is a massive play. There's 12 seconds left in the half. St. FX has tremendous field position. I mean, this could even be a really good opportunity for Anthony Alex to redeem himself and kick a field goal, because it's definitely in his range. He's just got to adapt. He's just got to focus, put himself in the situation. So you can see him practicing on the sideline right now. He knows what he has to do. We'll see if they do a couple quick passes here, and then you can definitely look for Alex to get in.
There's 2 timeouts left for St. FX. Not sure if they'll even have enough time to use them, but I'm sure they'll try if they can get this ball forward a few yards. No one in the backfield. Looks like they're going to throw. Ball is up and wide to Bailey. Bailey's up and just off his fingertips. I think he misread his jump, just about a foot or 2 off to the left.
I'm impressed. This has been a game so far, Kieran, where we've seen the running, or both quarterbacks with Jake Hotchkiss and Jamari Bennett using their arms. Quarterbacks are letting them freelance, the coaches are letting them freelance, and we're seeing bombs. We're seeing 30, 40-yard throws. There have been a couple interceptions, but I mean, it makes for an exciting game and a lot of fun to watch, and you can definitely interpret it pretty well too. So
it looks like Alex is going to try and kick this ball from 50 yards. That's a real serious distance. I've tried to kick a few field goals myself from on this turf, and I can't really get it past 35. So
yeah, you'd have to warn the spectators if I was going to kick.
The kick is up, and looks like this one's good. So Alex, I guess under 40 yards isn't challenging enough for him, as he just chips that 50-yarder, no problem.
Yeah, I think he was just playing with us for a while with the short yardage ones. He just wanted us to make us wait and think. So again, like we both said there, He's an excellent kicker, and he struggled earlier. So going into the half, he couldn't have hit one at a better time. So it's a real tight game here.
Big momentum changer as that brings the score to 14-13 in favor of the Mount Allison Mounties. CFX back on their heels here a little bit, but they're showing signs of life going into the second half as they've nailed the gap to just 1 point. It should be an interesting second half of football for sure.
Oh, absolutely, and you're going to see both teams in such a close game might try to clamp down defensively. You're going to see coaches coming in talking about staying disciplined because this last half is huge, and I can't even stress how big this game is for both teams because whoever wins could just as easily make the playoffs here. So you can see how evenly matched these two squads are, and it's going to come down to special teams. It's going to come down to turnovers. It's going to come down to penalties. So it's all about staying disciplined and playing your game. So
we'll give us your feedback at stfx.webcast@gmail.com. That's stfx.webcast@gmail.com. So feel free to send us an email. We love to hear from our viewers. I'm sure there's lots of people tuning in on this homecoming weekend. We'd love to hear who's watching. So enjoy your break, grab some snacks, and join us back here in about 10 minutes. That's on now. Hello and welcome back to the Olin Stadium here at St. Francis Xavier University. We're just getting geared up for the second half of this homecoming battle between St. Francis Xavier University X-Men and the Mount Allison Mounties. I'm Kieran Galvin, and I'm your play-by-play man, and I'm here with Jamie Kelly. How's it going, Jamie?
It's going great. It's been quite the game so far, as we've seen. It's a great game for fans to watch. I mean, it's very exciting. We've seen lots of trick plays to start the game. Seen a bunch of turnovers. That's always good for the fans to see. And we've seen some big passing plays, some extremely good catches, a lot of drop balls. I mean, we've really had it all so far. So it's probably a nightmare, or not a nightmare, a headache for the coaches because they want to be perfect. They want to execute in a great level. But it's definitely been a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see if it's sort of the same pace here in the second half.
Yeah, lots of excitement for the fans. They're definitely getting their money's worth. Most of these fans get in for free though because they're students. But all the same, it's been pretty spectacular, especially with these conditions. It's hard to see on the video, but it is raining here a little bit right now, and it's been raining pretty consistently with this stream of drizzle the entire game, and it's making the ball wet and slick, and it's making the turf definitely a little bit slippery. We've seen Anthony Alex, normally a money kicker, miss three definitely makeable field goals, and then he actually just bombed a 50-yarder and a no big deal, right?
Yeah, it's just no big deal. I think he was just playing with us for the first three attempts, and then he just goes back to his normal range of 50 and just fires her home. So that's, we knew that Anthony Alex would bounce back because he does have the lag strength. So, and as we saw, and I mean, it's different, or not different, I should say. It was both offenses left on a good note with Matt Allison getting a nice touchdown on their last drive, and St. FX getting a field goal in their last. So, I mean, there's positives going into the second half for both offenses. On defense, it's all about staying disciplined. Both defenses have had a tough time doing that so far. So we'll see if any of them change their philosophy a little bit here.
So far, we've seen a pretty big game on defense from number 1 for Mount Allison, Donovan Saunders. He's laid 2 big hits, but also he was a victim to a blown coverage assignment that left an easy touchdown for Andrew Hickey, who was the big scorer for St. FX, and it was Ben Stair who got the big touchdown from Mount Allison at the end of the first half. So some big performers in the first half, and we're looking to see who's going to step up and be the difference maker in the second half.
Yeah, you're definitely right with Saunders. He had a monster first half. He had one blown assignment, but for the most part, he's been tremendous. Troy Polamalu-esque, not just the hair, but the play.
And on the St. FX side, there's been some big plays too. And this kick is up. It's going to be returned by Trentham. So not Trentham. He makes a cut out to the outside, and he'll get taken down by the 35. That was Daniel Tomei with the return.
I've been impressed with all of Matt Allison's returns so far. I think you go back, you got to give credit to the blocking. Special teams has been great so far for the returns, and they usually get pretty good field position here. So let's see if they move the chains here. It'll be interesting to see if Hotchkiss goes back to the air or utilizes Musanga on the run there.
Yeah, they had one poor return when they fumbled at the original one of the game, but since then they've been pretty steady, as you mentioned. As Hotchkiss back now in the shotgun. Musanga in the backfield. He'll get the ball. Musanga to the outside. And he's trying to turn the corner, but he can't. He's gang tackled by a combination of St. FX players, number 99 and number 2, I believe, in for the final touches, and 76. That's Marshall. Really testing my abilities here. Hartman, and 76 is Anand. So a good three-way tackle there from the X-Men.
Great three-way tackle there. And I mean, if you're Musanga there, or any running back, when you get in that position where there's really no holes, there's nowhere to go, but you still have a tiny bit of room to make some damage, you just got to gut up the ball and use your physicality to gain the few extra yards and fight for those extra yards.
Ball to Musanga, and he breaks a tackle nicely at the midfield area there, and then he'll go down as he is tackled by St. FX's trying to catch a jersey number 52. That would be Hubbard. So a nice tackle by Hubbard after the first broken tackle.
Oh, without a doubt, nice tackle by Hubbard. Great juke move by Musangu there, though, coming up the middle again. And they usually utilize him in the middle. I mean, we've seen it work, we've seen it fail, but on that play right there, you saw you could see his elusiveness, and you can see why he's been their go-to target all year.
All right, so Musangu showing a little bit of success early on in the third quarter here. It's a handoff to the outside. This is Trentham trying to break something. He gets tackled, though, and he's going to be held up. Original tackle was made by number 25 for St. FX, Kyle Grant, and he holds him up and stops the progression of the ball.
Yeah, again, on that play, like we've seen numerous times again, the reverse that Mount Allison has been employing so far. This time Trentham with the touch. St. FX is doing a really good job of utilizing the gang tackle so far in the second half. It's only early, but they're bringing about 4 or 5 guys to each tackle, so that's exactly what you want if you're the defensive coordinator for St. FX.
Hodge gets back to take the snap. He'll throw it this time. Nice catch. And the ball's loose. Looks like it's going to be a fumble. It's going to be down, though. Nice catch, though, by Ben Stair. And then the ball's knocked loose.
Yeah, he may have been down on the play. It looked like he was down before he dropped it. So
he is in a little bit of discomfort, though. He's holding his left ankle as the trainers come out to examine that foot. This does not look good for Ben Stair, actually. He's holding his face mask and put his hands to his face. It usually is not a good sign when you're in that kind of discomfort.
Not at all. I mean, Stair's had an excellent game. He's clearly been Hotchkiss' main guy all game. Him and Hotchkiss have really good chemistry. He's getting up right now, but he's wobbling, so you're right. It's not looking too promising for him right now.
Absolutely no weight on that left foot.
That's a big loss, too, for Mount Allison if he's not able to participate the rest of the way.
It goes back to plan A, I guess. I think Stair was plan B, and plan A was originally Molnar, but looks like we're going to probably get a good look at his playmaking ability, as he's, as you mentioned, the go-to guy for this Mount Allison Mounties team. Another fake. This time they give it off to Masangu, and he gets all the way to the 40 or the 37, and it's going to be a holding, though, so this one's coming back.
But again, Kieran, these holding calls. I mean, how many have we seen so far? We've seen 5 or 6. If St. FX is trying to stop Mount Allison right now, they need to bear down.
Yep, they cannot rely on penalties if they want to keep this offense off the field, or at least to keep them stalled when they are on the field. They're going to have to buckle down, as they showed us they can do in the first half. In the first quarter, they gave Mount Allison nothing on the run.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've seen about 3 good runs by Musonga that has been taken back so far. So that's got to be frustrating and taking a toll on his game, too.
So Hotchkiss back in the shotgun. Musangu looks like he's going to block. Ball's up in the air. A poor pass, but it's still caught by Molnar. Or sorry, not Molnar. That's number 17 for Mount Allison, Josh Blanchard. So he gets his first touch of the game. And it's a positive one. It's about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, 6-yard gain there. Elliott on the tackle there for St. FX. He had great pursuit. He pretty much came across the field there, and he made a great angle there and wrapped up and brought him down. So that's textbook hit there by Elliott.
So second and long, 14 yards to be exact for the Mounties. Hotchkiss going with an empty backfield. This one's going to be in the air. Ball's out, and it's caught by Trentham, but he's not going to get the first down. He'll get stopped about 5 yards short. So great tackle there from St. FX's Ryan Olson.
That's right, Ryan Olson. He's had a good game. He's been one of the leaders, like I said earlier, he's been one of the leaders coming into the year for St. FX. Has a great tackle.
So he did a great job to keep the receiver in front of him and bring him down short of the first down. So we'll have a punt here now from Curtis of the Mounties. And number 1, Saunders on the outside. You'll have to keep an eye on him. Maybe he'll lay another big hit. This ball's going to come to Williams. Williams tries to cut to the outside. He'll get wrapped up and taken down at about the 27-yard line.
Not too much room there for Williams to move, but at least he hung on to the ball there. And you see Saunders walking off the field there. He got absolutely leveled there in a nice block. I believe it was number 80 on St. FX, Stevens. So that was...
I think that's what you got to do for a big hitter like Saunders. You have to kind of hit him back and let him know that there's 2 sides to the ball, and he's not going to have a free shot at everyone.
That's right.
We'll shift on the Mounties D-line. It's handed off, and looks like Dixon's got some space. Bailey with a great block, and then Dixon will get tripped up just on the other side of the 55. What a great block by Bailey, though.
Great block by Bailey. I mean, he's a big guy. He's got long arms. He's not too stocky, but he was able to get in front of that defensive back there. But I'm impressed with Bennett's recovery there, because it was a bad snap, and it looked like he fumbled the ball a bit when he first got it. So,
yeah.
But he was able to get it to Dixon. Dixon was able to get a ton of yards there. So, yeah. One of those funny, fluky plays, but it worked out for the best.
A lot to be said for your wide receivers that can throw those blocks without holding, and even better when you can capitalize on a good block when you're the running back Dixon, and take it for a big yard like that. And Dixon gets the ball again. Funny handoff, but he maintains it, and looks like he's going to get stopped, and forward progress has them at about the 50 or 48-yard line. Or 49-yard line, sorry.
And there was a little bit of a shove after the whistle there that I don't think Dixon or the St. FX team was too pleased about, but it doesn't look like there'll be any call, it doesn't look like there'll be any call, so we're second and 6.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens here. St. FX is probably about 2 or 3 yards outside of Anthony Alex's range, but who knows with that kick? Maybe they'd be better off just taking a knee and kicking it from further away.
Yeah, exactly. So
Bennett takes the snap, fake handoff, pass goes to 34 for St. FX. Short gain for Keegan Vossman, but good job by Vossman to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, Dexter Danboys, number 3 on Mount Allison, had excellent pursuit there. And it looks like Mount A's reading the wide receiver screens usually that St. FX has been doing a lot. They're putting 3 guys on each side in the spread, and Mount Allison is starting to pick up on that and shut it down.
Looks like 55 yards is a little bit too far for Anthony Alex, so they're going to punt this one. Trentham back to receive for the Mounties. Alex is going to corner this one to the right side. Nice spiraling kick, and it's going to go out of bounds just at the 15-yard, and Trentham almost took out the official.
I believe the official almost had the biggest hit of the game there, but luckily it was avoided. So there's always nice to see a couple bloopers in each game.
Yeah, no harm done, as both the Trentham and the official seem to be okay.
Good spirits.
Good chuckle about it. 9:13 left in the third quarter. 14 points on the board for Mount Allison Mounties, and 13 on the board for St. FX.
X-Men Football and St. FX Athletics would like to thank our major sponsors for their continued support. Keith's, Pepsi, Subway, Virgin Grin Credit Union, Central Home Improvement, and Tim Hortons, as well as our media partners 98.9 XFM, 101.5 The Hawk, and The Casket.
All right, so the first play there was a rush for a minimal gain, just about 3 yards, so they'll have second and about 7. And it looks like Hotchkiss is going to try and work something here, maybe through the air, as Musagu is not on the field at all, so definitely going with a lot of wide receivers. Passes out to Molnar, and he's taken down. It's going to be a close call. Looks like they might be about a yard or a half yard short.
Yeah, I believe that is a little short there. We'll wait for the final call.
Yeah, they're going to change out the personnel. Looks like they're going to bring out the punt team. But this is pretty... I would say that if this was maybe 20 yards up the field a little bit more, you might see a fake, but I think this close to the end zone, I'd expect a Mountie punt here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. It'd be foolish not to.
So Williams and Catterall back. They're definitely they're cutting the field in half here, and the ball will go right to them. Nice catch by Williams, and he gets blown up, but did a good job to hold on to the ball. Big hit by number 27 for the Mounties, Ellis.
I mean, you gotta be. If you're a Mount Allison fan, coach, player, whatever you are, you gotta be pleased with the way they're tackling. I mean, they're not tackling; they're just not wrapping you up and taking you down. They are tackling to hurt. I mean, we've seen on numerous occasions with Saunders right there with Ellis down. These guys are coming in at full speed, ready to tear your head off, and That was a great hit, and usually we see it on special teams. So you got to be pleased with Mount Allison's special teams so far.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for a defensive player who can line someone up and go in with that kind of speed and make the contact and not lose the tackle. So Bennett puts that ball up and is caught by Williams. First down play. Some great yardage on first down for the X-Men.
Williams was able to blow through his. It looked like Damone Williams. I believe it was Saunders was up on his tails right away on the side. But Williams, with his speed, his elusiveness, and he has great football IQ. He knows how to read the game. He knows where to go. He runs his route tremendously, and he was able to bring down the ball there. But I mean, he just burned one of the better defensive backs in the AUS there. So that was quite impressive by first-year player Damone Williams.
Looks like it's going to be a run, and wrapped up immediately is Dixon for about a yard or two loss. So that's definitely not what St. FX wanted on first down there. They went from a pretty positive play to a pretty negative one.
And if you're coming through the A-gap there, like Dixon was, right through Jacob LeBlanc, who's a big freshman. He's probably one of the most prized recruits this year in the AUS. He's a big kid. He knows how to play ball. He just, great loss for yard, just stopped him. So that was quite the impressive play.
St. FX just subbed down the touchdown scorer, Andrew Hickey. Let's see if they target him, try and get him another touchdown here. And they'll throw it to Hopper. Hopper, nice turn. Looks like there's going to be a penalty, though. Looks like Hopper's going to get some serious yardage, though. And, I think he's going to get a face mask as well, as he tried to throw the stiff arm up and put it right on the face.
Yeah, we'll see what the first penalty was first, because I believe there might have been one right before the face mask. So
it'll be interesting. This could be two penalties against St. FX, or they may cancel out. We'll have to see what the final call is from the officials as they have a little meeting with the players at center field. 6:40 left in the third quarter, still 14-13 in favor of the Mount Allison Mounties here at St. FX's homecoming matchup at the St. FX University Olin Center, Olin Stadium.
It's all part of the same, Olin Center, Olin Stadium.
Although the building behind us is the Olin Center and the field in front of us would be the stadium. I gotta get my buildings and shapes straightened out to go back to grade primary.
That's right, eh? Well, it's never too late, right?
So it does look like this is going to be a negative play for the X-Men as we look at the referee. Two penalties in a row against St. FX, and I think the larger of the two will be accepted by Mount Allison, which would be the face mask.
And just goes to show you how penalties play such an important role in the outcome of a game. There's been so many big plays so far that have come right back. So I mean, just imagine how. I mean, for both squads. I mean, Mount Allison's had a couple big plays that came back. St. FX had a couple big plays that have come back after penalties. So if penalties weren't the case, this game could be a lot different in either direction, really. So it's interesting to see the part that penalties plays on the game.
Wow, this is a huge loss. It looks like they've compiled the penalties. I didn't know that they could do that, but that must be the way the rule book works in the AUS CIS rules. So it looks like they're gone back about 20 yards. So both penalties adding up for some pretty serious yardage against the X-Men.
Yeah, you can't be too pleased about that if you're St. FX coach Gary Waterman. As you see, he's talking over with the coach right now, wondering exactly what happened because they don't seem to understand. And I missed the first one. I was watching Hopper run with the ball. I understand Hopper's face mask call. I didn't see the first penalty.
First one was ineligible receiver downfield. So that was off the screen. So that added to the play. And then right now, as it stands, St. FX has a second down and 40. So 40 yards to go. I think for the most part, St. FX is probably going to just try and do a little bit of damage control, get as many yards as they can here, and punt it away.
That's right. I mean, we're down about 9 minutes so far, almost 9 minutes so far in the third quarter. Virtually, it is the exact same score since the half. There hasn't been too much going, but they really want to get back to where they were, run down the clock, and hopefully get a big drive going again here. But as you can see, Gary Waterman is hot in the sidelines right now. He's not too pleased at all with what happened. I believe it may be the ineligible receiver that he's not too pleased with. I think it may have been Hickey was in, so.
Yeah, Hickey definitely a wide receiver, but he may have lined up in the wrong position. All the same, St. FX has to deal with the aftermath of the combined penalties. and we'll see what kind of strategy Gary Waterman comes up with to combat this this huge deficit on second down.
It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do here. I believe with Bennett in there again, you can never rule out the pass, but we're probably going to see a mixture of a couple runs, couple passes.
So second and about 40 as Bennett lines up under center. He's going to run it, and looks like there's going to be a penalty. Hopefully for St. FX that's in their favor, but usually in these situations it's a hold. So they may, I think Mount Allison may decline this if it is against St. FX.
I can't even get over how many penalties are being called here. That's another one.
So it is going to be against St. FX, and I would assume that Mount Allison... Oh, no, it's not, actually. Sorry. So Mount Allison was offside, so St. FX may get a second shot at this. Second and about 35 now, so a small victory for the X-Men.
Interesting drive, to say the least.
Yeah. So as a Mountie coach, I think you might be a little bit frustrated with a call like that, where pretty much St. FX was admitting defeat there and going to punt it away, and then you take the offside call. Give them another shot at it. And this time it looks like they're going to throw. Bennett's back, and he's going to get taken down, I think, and he'll just secure the ball. So I think the smart play. Some of the St. FX coaches definitely not happy with that, as it looks like there was a free release there, as number 97 or number 92, I can't quite catch the number. 97, Taylor Pritchard got a free shot at the quarterback, Bennett.
And a tremendous play call there by the defensive coordinator for Mount Allison, utilizing the blitz on a second down. I mean, usually on a second down, and it was about 5 or so, you're going to have a pass. And boy, did they ever have Pritchard come in on fire. So that was a huge play there.
So a big punt here from Alex. He's going to the left side of the field. Trentham picks it up and tries to avoid the first tackle. Can't quite do it, and looks like he'll go down without much of a fight at the 30-yard line. So 5 minutes and 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Still the same score of 14-13 in favor of the Mount Allison Mounties over the St. FX X-Men.
Absolutely.
If you're tuning in, St. FX obviously in their home blues, and Mount Allison wearing the white with gold pants on the road.
And I mean, the fans are still in full flight here. It looks like there's not a seat to be had, so they've still been supporting the squad ever since the opening drive, so it's good to see.
Big throw over the middle, finds Muller, and now we're starting to see Muller get into the plays now as a result of that injury to Ben Stair earlier in the game.
He's got such quick hands, Muller. I mean, he can bring that ball down at 50 miles per hour. This guy is he's an elite receiver, that's for sure. And you could see how quick. He didn't even look like he looked back. He just snagged that ball and he's off. So he'll be an interesting target, like he always is.
And as we do take a look down at the sidelines, Ben Stair is getting some medical treatment on the bench, so we're not likely to see him. The fake handoff finds Muller, and Muller almost made an amazing grab with one hand, but couldn't quite reel it in.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and I mean that one he almost had the one-hander there. That was just a little bit farther than the breadbasket, so you can't blame him for the try because he almost had a highlight reel catch there.
Yeah, I think that one was a little bit on Hotchkiss to try and put that one in a better location. Muller did a good job to almost reel it in. So we'll have a second down and 10 yards to go for the Mounties as they try and convert this into a first down. Sorry. Hotchkiss back in the shotgun. He's going to call timeout. He doesn't like what he sees, so he'll go and converse back on the sideline with the coaching staff.
We'll see. He must have saw. It looked like the defense. He wasn't expecting the defensive scheme for St. FX. Looked like they were bringing the full house splits there, so he wasn't feeling that, which is a smart play by Hotchkiss. He's the shot caller back there, so for him to reconfigure the offensive play, that's an excellent call.
So Mulliner into the huddle with Hotchkiss as they come up with their next play. St. FX on the opposite side, trying to throw another curveball at them and maybe show them something else that they don't like to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can never know with Jamari Bennett because he can do a lot. So
Hotchkiss back in the shotgun once again. He's got Musangu behind him. And that's going to be a run to Musangu, and he breaks one tackle, but is going to be taken down just short of the first down. He'll be about 2 yards shy.
Yeah, it looks like about 2 yards shy. What else is new, though? There's another flag in the play.
Yeah, I thought there might be a flag on the play. It looked like one of the Mounties kind of jumped the gun on the snap and was blocking the St. FX player before the ball was even snapped.
Yeah.
It was pretty close, though. I would
like
assume, though, that if it is against Mount Allison, that St. FX will decline.
Looks like an offside almost against Mount Allison, which, again, I mean, that they just had an offside about 3 plays ago, so the offensive coordinator for Mount Allison, offensive line coach, he'll definitely be having a talk with his players. And as you can see on the sidelines, Ben Stair is definitely limping, and he doesn't look to be in too good health over there, number 11. So
our best wishes to Ben Stair. Hopefully he hasn't injured himself too seriously, and it's more of a one game or partial game type injury rather than a week-to-week type thing or season ender. That would definitely be really devastating for the Mounties.
Absolutely. It doesn't look like a season ender. You never know, though, but he's on the sidelines. He's standing up. It could just be a stinger, but he definitely looks like he might be out for the foreseeable future here, so we'll see what's going to happen with him.
And some more bad news for the Mounties. Looks like Musangu is now favoring his right hamstring, and those are some pretty tricky injuries to deal with when you get the hamstring injury. So hopefully, for his sake, that it's not a tear, and maybe it's just a cramp or something like that.
That's right, and it's. I mean, if those two are out, I mean, it's tough to replace 2 guys, and you really can't replace them. But you can have other guys step up and fill the holes. An interesting player on Mount Allison, Stu Moore, number 14. He could step in. He's a slot back. An excellent year for Citadel High School. I mean, I know he's on Mount Allison. He's had his chances, but he hasn't really had a great opportunity to showcase exactly what he does. So if those two are out, you never know. He might step in, and he has the tools to do a good job.
That punt was taken by number 83, Kyle McLean, who's not the regular kicker, and it kind of showed us that was a very short punt. Be interesting. I wonder why that. I wonder if he's the normal punter, or if maybe their kicker Curtis is injured. Hopefully,
that's
not.
right. It's interesting. That reminds me on Acadia, their starting quarterback Kyle Graves. Not only does he play quarterback, but he's also the punter. So I mean, there's different positions you can play. But yeah, you're right. He's not the Kyle McLean. There is not the go-to guy.
So Bennett rolls out and throws a poor pass there, intended for Williams, but just behind him a little bit, and it was deflected by the Mountie defenseman.
Miscommunication there, it looked like, by with Bennett there and Catterall.
I think it was Echo who got his hand on that, number 21 for the Mounties. Great defensive awareness to reach back and tip that one down.
And I think Bennett wanted Catterall to move upfield a little bit more and not stop and do an in. I think he wanted him to just do a go right straight up the middle. So that's one you want to go back to the drawing board on. I'm sure Bennett will have the credentials to correct that right now.
Bennett throws a quick one, and that one's high and off the hands of Hopper. So Hopper, we've seen him make some pretty impressive catches, but I think that one was just a little bit too hot and high, and he was being pressured from behind, so definitely a difficult catch to make, and it showed as it was incomplete there.
Mount Allison defenders were all over him anyways, so I think that was a great job by them. So Mount Allison's defense there was tremendous on that play, but you need to catch those balls. I mean, you're in a crucial time, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. These are the moments where you need to make the plays.
I was almost blocked, but a booming punt by Alex. And this is returned by Trentham, but he is all kinds of wrapped up and surrounded just at about his own 40-yard line. So big punt, not returned very far, so decent field position coming up for St. FX's defense.
That's an excellent example of how Anthony Alex can just absolutely boot a ball, and that was quite the punt, and he just got it off before it was blocked too.
And I actually did make a mistake earlier. The punter is Kyle McLean for the Mounties. I just missed the number earlier on in the game, so my apologies to all the Mountie fans out there listening on my mistake. Hotchkiss now back to take the snap. He'll hand it out. Oh, fake handoff, and he rolls out, throws, and dropped. The throw might have been a little bit behind, but it looked like number 81, Jared King, could have caught that one as he was pretty wide open.
Common theme for receivers, running backs, when the ball's about to come to them, they lose focus of the ball and look at the defender coming their way, and that's something you can't do. As you see, he clearly took his eyes off the ball coming towards him and was almost worried about the defender on right on his tail. So that's something as a receiver you have to correct. You can't be doing that. So I'm sure Knight, he's an experienced receiver here, or King, sorry, Jared King. He's an experienced receiver here, so I'm sure he'll correct that.
Here in the footsteps, and here comes Hotchkiss. His pass is deflected. Great athletic play there by number 80, I believe, for St. FX, or 81. Sorry, I can't catch the number at this point. 90, there we go. Langma, as he jumped up and got his hand on that ball.
That's right. As was mentioned earlier in the podcast, the front four on defense for St. FX, they're all big guys. They're athletic. And the pass rush there, as you saw, Langma was able to get a hand on it. So that's a real good job by Langma, and something that Hotchkiss has to be aware of.
So this ball is out, punted by McLean. This is a much better punt, and it's going to bounce at the 30 and go all the way back towards the 20-yard line. And it looks like he's just going to let it ride. He'll pick it up now, though, as Catterall trying to find some space. Maybe that first punt by McLean was a psych out because it really worked in his favor this time. He caught Catterall a little bit short and punted it right over his head.
Yeah, and it looked like Catterall, he's waiting for the play to settle down. As you saw, he kind of jogged towards the ball because, as you know, you have to give the returner 5 yards before he picks it up. And he was almost surveying the field to see for openings, but Matt Allison, again, like has been true all game, their special teams has been a huge asset to their 14-13 lead so far.
So the net yards in that punt was just about 55 yards. That's really impressive, especially in these conditions. So a great field position play there for Mount Allison. And now Catterall trying to make up for it, makes a catch, and he fumbles. Ball's on the ground. Mount Allison's going to pick it up, and a great touchdown saving play by number 84, Hopper, for St. FX, but a real unfortunate turn of events here for the X-Men.
Very unfortunate, but here's the thing right now, massive. It's a game changer. St. FX has to stay calm, has to stay composed. They absolutely cannot break here. I mean, this is a big moment. Matt Allison, if they get another 7 here, that'd be huge. So
yeah,
bend but don't break for the St. FX defense. So just you can't let the last play phase you, and you just got to get right back to work.
Mount Allison is 1 for 1 in the red zone as they scored on their only other time inside the 20-yard line. So we'll have to see. They're going to call a timeout here. It looks like they're not going to be ready to run their first play. So heads-up play from Hotchkiss to call that one down and avoid losing yards.
And they've used 2 timeouts here in the third quarter, so that could be something to look for in the later stages of the game when we're about a minute left to see.
Yeah, so if St. FX can hold them here, that will be huge because that really takes the points off the boards for Mount Allison, but at the same time gives them the opportunity to save the clock later in the game if they need it.
And an update on Ben Stair, I think it's safe to say that he will absolutely not be in for the rest of the game. He's on the sidelines right now for Matt Allison on crutches, so he looks to be out for the rest of the game. He's supporting the boys, though, so he's not in the dressing room. He's out in the field supporting, but he doesn't look to be
ready
back in the game, that's for sure.
That's definitely a positive sign, though, that he is out on the field and he's not off to the hospital or something like that, so it's probably not a break, which would be pretty devastating in a short football season. But Wildcat formation, as you're saying, it looks like a snap right directly to number 29, but he's taken down. Great tackle there by O'Mara, and the quarterback in that situation was number 29 for the Mounties, McMillan, really playing games with the play-by-play up here, trying to scatter to find numbers and names here.
Trying to confuse us up here, Kieran, but that was the first time we've seen the Wildcat formation today. That was interesting. I haven't even seen it too much in the AUS this year, to be honest, but there's definitely a few running backs out there that are fully capable of the Wildcat formation, and that was a tough one, though.
This ball's going in the air, looking for Molnar, and a great defensive play by number 25 for St. FX, Kyle Grant.
And this is exactly what St. FX wanted. I mean, clearly they're in field position after excellent field goal position after the fumble recovery. But bend but don't break. St. FX great job on the 2-and-out there. And it looks like Matt Allison will have an easy chip shot here for 3.
I was going to say, it's almost too easy. He might get it underneath the uprights.
He might need to move back here.
Actually, I almost mispronounced Grant's name there for the former number 25 for the X-Men, free safety Nick Riva. And here's the chip shot for Matt Allison. And that is good. Almost looked wide from my perspective, but the back referee official calls it through the upright, so that'll put another 3 on the board. Mount Allison extends their lead 17-13 with 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
I mean, you have to be pleased. You're the defensive coordinator for St. FX. Obviously, Matt Allison was in great position to get those 3 points, but
they're actually changing the call. I think that was a missed field goal. It was wide, as the referees are now convening. I think they're going to make him re-kick, I'm hearing. Too many men, maybe. So too many men on the field for Mount Allison. Wow, what a change of events here. If that was a missed field goal, I'm not too sure if it was. A lot of confusion around the play, but all the same, it'll be a second opportunity to put this one through the upright. So you got to think that Mount Allison will make good on their second attempt.
They're a little farther back, but it's still in great range for the field goal. But the old Saskatchewan Roughriders, 13th man, as we see, we know from their experience 2 years ago in the Grey Cup, it can come back to haunt you, but that's something it's hard to correct, but in the heat of the moment, you never know who's on the field.
That one definitely through the uprights, and field goal is good. So now we can safely say score is 17-13 in favor of the Mount Allison Mounties as they put that one safely through the uprights. But St. FX still upset about something. I think they're counting men again, trying to say if Mount Allison will have too many men on the field again. And if that was the case, that would be really amazing to do it twice in a row.
Yeah, that'd be a first for all of us, I think, if you make that mistake twice in a row. But I think it's okay. I think they're going back. So
they're going to cut their losses and just continue this game right now, and try not to get caught up counting people all day. So St. FX will get the ball back on the 35-yard line as they try and drive the field and cut into this lead, or maybe even take over the lead if they can get a touchdown. We'll have to wait and see what unfolds here. Last play of the third quarter. So Bennett takes the snap. He rolls out to the left, throws, and this pass is just a little bit off the mark as he was trying to find Keegan Vossman, who has one catch already in this game, but that's got to be a better throw from Bennett as Vossman was wide open.
He was wide open, but the play action's really worked out for Bennett so far in this game. He's had great success with it, but I mean, you do one step, you gotta complete the next one, and he's throwing balls a little too ahead of his receivers right now. They're running their routes, and he's getting it either too short or too fast. So he's got to refocus here and make the throws.
So now we are into the fourth quarter of play. The Mount Allison Mounties. It's just really tongue-tying me here.
Common mistake.
Yeah. The Mount Allison Mounties have 17 points on the board in comparison to St. Francis Xavier's 13, with 15 minutes left as we begin this final quarter. And St. FX is definitely going to be looking to try and change their fortunes here and send this packed homecoming crowd home happy.
Absolutely. It looks like the crowd's getting into it right now for the start of the fourth quarter. They're kind of quiet for a bit, but they're on their feet now cheering. So maybe they'll get the guys in blue and white behind them.
It's going to be an offside call against St. FX, even if this is caught. Bailey almost made the catch. Didn't really matter, though, because it was going to get called back, and because there was no yards on the play, I think they're going to decline and take the punt.
Absolutely. It definitely did look like an offside, so
just a little bit undisciplined from the X-Men. They've got to be a little bit better and give their quarterback and their receivers a chance to make that play. It's almost disheartening when you see that flag going if you're Bailey, and then you know that no matter how hard you try to make the play, it's really not going to matter too much.
Oh, it's so disheartening. I mean, that's the funny thing about football. You can make the best play in the world, but football optimizes a team game because you need everybody on the field focused. You need everybody on the field doing their job, because if one guy makes one mistake, he can bring the whole play back. So, as you see there.
Looks like Mounties are going to get a 5 yards call as 2 flags go up in the air. However, that was a pretty unlucky bounce for number 16, Comtois, as the ball kind of was following him around. He was trying to get away from it, but it kept chasing him off the field. Yeah,
that was a tough one for sure. As you see, he was not able to give the intended returner 5 yards. So
they're going to abolish the flag there, as they say that maybe he did have 5 yards, and so no flag on the play in the end. And Mount Allison is going to start their drive here at the 44-yard line.
This is a big one for Mount Allison. They want to start the fourth quarter off correctly. The third quarter was defensive stalemate again, as we saw in the first quarter. So we'll see if the fourth will resemble the second in a way where there'll be a couple big plays.
Fumble snap, but works out a little bit as it goes right into the unsuspecting hands of McMillan, as that went right off the hands of Hotchkiss and right into the breadbasket of McMillan there.
And that's something you rarely, if ever, see. That may be the first time I've ever seen anything like that. Literally bypassed the quarterback's hands and went right into the running back's hands. So I guess it worked out well, but I'm sure it was a shock to everybody on the team. So that's something Hotchkiss has got to refocus, because that was about his third snap that he's fumbled. So he's the center for Mount Allison and Jake Hotchkiss have to communicate a little better than they have been.
May have been an offside against St. FX, and the ball is down at about the 50-yard line. So we'll see exactly where this play ends up. But they're definitely within first down range if this is a 10-yard penalty. So we'll see what the call is as the referees figure out what the call is going to be. So St. FX is going to get called for the offside there.
And that's offside seems to be the name of the game for the last about quarter and a half. It's just been filled with penalties that most have been offside or holding. So, and that's something the offensive line has to correct on both squads. They have to manage the snap count and understand what's going on around them. So, simple mistakes that can easily be corrected.
So the only benefit of that for St. FX was that it was a 5-yard penalty and not a first down. But Mount Allison has a second and short situation here. Hands it off to McMillan, and that's stuffed in the backfield. So St. FX with a great defensive stand. And now that I'm kind of noticing this, it looks like Masangu has been injured and is out of the game, as McMillan has taken the last 2 series handoffs. So,
and you got to be, if you're from Sackville, Nova Scotia, you got to be happy with the way Devin Marshall, number 99, has developed. He's quite the defensive end. He's a big kid. He was an all-star in high school, and as you see there, you see he has athletic ability and his width whirl to get to the intended runner. So he's got a drive for football, and that, as you see there, he's an exceptional talent.
Looks like they're going to go for it on third down. They pitch it out wide. Find some space. They're going to get a first down. Great run by McMillan, and a good tackle at the end of the play by number 25, Kyle Grant, or 24, sorry, my mistake, Hugo Rajat, as he adds to his tackle totals.
That's that shows courage right there by Kelly Jeffrey to go for that on third down. I was a little shocked seeing as the score is only 17-13, but hey, whatever works for you. And you got to give credit where credit's due, and Kelly Jeffrey making the great play call there.
As you were mentioning earlier in the webcast, Jamie, they definitely have a little bit more success running to the outside than straight up the middle. It's a pass now. As Hotchkiss is in trouble, he scrambles, gets it to McMillan, but McMillan can't reel in the pass as it was a little bit low.
And boy, did Nate Annan ever have him in his sights. But that was a great little spin move by Hotchkiss, so that's quite impressive. But once you make one move, you got to finish the play, right? And again, Hotchkiss had a little bit of trouble communicating with his receivers today, so.
That was Eli Manning-esque from the Super Bowl a few years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one towards the end zone just to see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Looked identical to that play.
All right, Hotchkiss back in the shotgun once again. No one in the backfield, so we're looking for a pass here. Ball's up. Looks to be short, but it's going to be reeled in. Nice catch. And taken down. Two tacklers on the play. That was the receiver, Jared King, just short of the first down. And I believe it was, once again, Hugo Rajat with power to that tackle.
Yeah, Rajat was in there again. He's been the leader in tackles all year for St. FX, so no surprise to see him in there. On the other hand, King was wide open in the left side of the field there. But the defensive backs on St. FX did a great job of holding him. They didn't try to rush the play too much. They knew there was the yards he had to get for the first down, so they did a good job tackles.
Ball handed off to McMillan, and he's through the middle. Once again, trying to go for it on third down. Interesting to see what this spot is. Looks like it's a first down, though. So, once again, twice on the same drive, the Mounties getting the first down on third down yardage.
Yeah, how about that, eh? Third down percentage is looking great for Mount Allison right now.
And I'm actually really impressed with the fact that they've lost two of their big offensive playmakers, Ben Stair and Masango. Masango's actually out of his gear now, just wearing his jersey on the sideline. So big tackle there by number 52, Olsen. Or sorry, 52 is not Olsen, it's Hubbard. So Hubbard with a big tackle in the backfield for a loss. And that'll bring us to second down and about 14 yards.
And it gives, like you were saying there, Kieran, on how Musanga and Stair out of the lineup, it gives other players an opportunity to step into the lineup, show what they got. I mean, a lot of times you're just stuck behind two guys in front of you, never have a chance to show how good you are. And as we're seeing McMillan getting a chance for Mount Allison. He's really showing he's worthy of more playing time. So kudos to McMillan for stepping up and trying times.
And rolling out, Hotchkiss throws it, takes a hit, and it's intercepted. St. FX with the pick. Back the other way. Nice moves through the middle. He's got some space now. This is Elliott. He's down the sidelines. One player to beat. Looks like Elliott might go all the way. No, he's taken down at the 10-yard line. What a pick by Elliott as he brings that all the way down into the red zone.
Boy, was that ever an exciting play, and as the crowd revved up. That is an awesome interception by Elliott. And boy, oh boy, we need to get him on the offensive backfield there for St. FX, because the way he read the field on that run was tremendous. He knew where his blocks were coming from. He utilized his speed well. He broke a couple tackles. Excellent job by Elliott. And wow, this could be a massive turning point for St. FX.
The Canada TSN turning point possibly, as this game is real close. That's obviously a trademark of TSN. Coined by Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole.
Hopefully Kieran and I can be your next Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole.
One day. Fingers crossed. Here's the handoff to Catterall. He's going to the outside. He might have some space. He gets tackled, though, at just about the 3 or 4 yard line. So a good effort, but you have to think St. FX has got to come away with a touchdown here after such a momentum swinging play.
That's right, and honestly, Kieran, it is massive that they do get a touchdown here. They need this, because if they settle for a field goal, they're still behind, and that play right there is just the interception all the way back from Elliott. That's just so worthy of, you have to finish it off for that defense there. So offense, you have to step up here for St. FX.
All right, so let's see what the St. FX X-Men do, trying to please their hometown fans. Bennett back in the shotgun. No one in the backfield. It's handed off, though, and it looks like it's not going to get there. Ball's on the ground. If this is Mounties' ball, this could be a huge play. It is the Mounties' ball. So St. FX looks like they're not going to come away with any points, and they were down in the red zone. So very unfortunate for the X-Men, and this crowd has just been demoralized a little bit, I think.
Devastating, absolutely devastating. That is the worst case scenario, the worst possible thing that could actually have happened for St. FX. After such an emotional and beautiful interception all the way back from Elliott, they have to go 2 and out, and not only just out, Mount Allison's able to recover the ball right on the goal line. Like, you couldn't write a worse script on that play. But again, it's important not to lose your composure if you're anybody on St. FX, and you have to get back to the drawing board.
All right, so Mount Allison's trying to decide what they're going to do here, as they're on their own 4-yard line. So they have definitely got to do something to try and get out of the shadow of their own uprights. Looks like it's going to be a handoff, and McMillan taken down for very minimal yards. It looks like he actually lost a few.
Yeah, it absolutely did look like he lost a few there. So we'll find out what really will happen here. But McMillan seems to be the go-to guy for Hotchkiss now after Stair and Musango are out of the lineup.
Sorry about that, Jamie. We had a little wasp invasion. Attacked me coming through the open window here in the press box.
It's a tough job what we're doing here, Kieran.
This run is also looking like it's going to go for no yards. So Mount Allison's going to have to punt this out of their own end zone. And St. FX is going to have another chance, I think, to get some great field possession. And you got to think that they got to turn this into points. If this ball's turned back over again, and or Mount Allison gets the field position back, then you got to think that that's a huge loss of momentum for St. FX, as there's only 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
That's right, and they just turned the negative from that offensive mishap into extremely positive defensive stop there. As you see, I believe there's an injured player on the field right now for Mount Allison, but you got to be happy with that for St. FX. And I mean, emotions are just changing every second. You're happy, you're sad, you're happy, you're sad, but realistically, you just got to keep an even keel, maintain the status quo, and do your job. And if everyone's doing their own jobs, things will come into place.
That's the great thing about the Canadian game is there's lots of changing of possession and changing of kind of game momentum, as there's only 3 down, so the ball is always in your offense's hands at some point. And it looks like here St. FX is going to probably get the ball and start the return at the 40-50 yard line, and that's really a great opportunity for them to bring it into field goal range right off the bat.
Huge field position right now for St. FX if everything works accordingly.
So it'd be interesting. They might even go for the safety here, because that would be it's a tough call, but they may go for the punt. Trying to sacrifice maybe 2 points rather than 3, but they may rely on their defense to get a turnover. So we'll see what the Mounties try here, and they're going to take the safety. And looks like St. FX is not going to get a chance. So we'll see how that play works out in the grand scheme of things. But that makes the score 17-15 in favor of the Mounties. And the Mounties are going to rely on their defense to get this field position back for them.
I think that's an extremely smart play by the coach Kelly Jeffrey there to take the safety. You don't want to rush things. With a kick like that, you would have been giving them exceptional field position. So to just give them the 2 points, let everything subside, it's a really smart play by a veteran Latin coach and Kelly Jeffrey for Mount Allison.
So instead of a shot at 3 points or 6 points, St. FX is forced to settle for 2. And now they're going to rely on Catterall and Williams to give them some field position once again. As Curtis is going to line up this kickoff. He's at the close hash mark of the 35-yard line. See if he can put this one back towards the end zone. With 7 minutes and 18 seconds left. 2-point lead for the Mounties, 17-15, as this kicks up in the air. Looks like it's going to go to Williams. He catches it. He tries to go for the blocks. He finds a hole. Looks like he's going down the sidelines. He has one man to beat, and he's going to take it all the way. What a tackle by number 1, Donovan Saunders. And looks like that safety is now a terrible decision by the Mounties, as they're right back to where they started. and down to giving up 2 extra points.
Well, obviously that's not what Matt Allison wanted. This has just been an absolute roller coaster of emotions right now for St. FX. They make one exceptional play, then they have a mishap. Here's the offense's chance to redeem themselves from last drive. They absolutely need this to help out the special teams, to help out the defense on their team. They need to pull their own way now. This is offensive time to shine for St. FX.
Yeah, and it's going to come down to, if they can't get it into the end zone, it's going to come down to Anthony Alex. He has to put a short one through, which he's been having trouble with all day. They're going to run it, and Dixon gets free of the tackle. He's at the 5-yard line and pushing. Looks like he's going to get right down to about the 4 or 5 yard line, and they'll get second and short.
That's a nice, as you see there with Dixon, he's such a punishing runner. He doesn't want to juke you. He doesn't want to beat you with speed. He'll want to beat you with physicality. He'll run through you. And he's a really good asset to have if you're St. FX.
Yeah, absolutely. It almost hurts a lot more to make a tackle than it is to take a tackle. So when you've got a punishing runner like that, it kind of makes defenders think twice before they dip their shoulders into the tackle, and may make the less experienced defenders a little bit more tentative to make that tackle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Bennett once again under center. Dixon in the backfield. Lots of Mounties on the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a run. He gets it down to the 1 yard line. It looks like it's going to be a first down, so St. FX may get a fresh set of downs and goal here.
It looks like they might be going for it here.
So there may be a measurement. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they're going to bring out the measuring sticks to see if this is a first down or not. The crowd surely thinks it is. And again, I'd have to think that they're going to go for it. If I'd have to agree with you, because 2 points here puts them in a tie if they elect to go for the safety, if they can get a big stop.
Yeah.
So everything seems to be going St. FX's way right now. We'll see what this measurement brings. First down, so St. FX, first and goal.
Wow.
You got to think they got 3 opportunities here to punch this into the end zone.
I believe it'll happen unless there's a turnover, which I am absolutely not ruling out, as there's been many.
Absolutely. And I'm going to have to think that they're going to try and run this one right up the gut. Put it in Dixon's hand. Let him punish the tacklers and let him try and get over the top. I'd look for a big jump over the line here. And he's going to run. He looks like he might be stopped. It's going to be close.
Wow.
No signals from the officials as we wait, and it's inches.
Short.
Second and short at the 1. So, wow, this is going to be intense.
And Matt Allison defense has to be right up on the line here. Bend but don't break is the classic saying, but it's like with a runner like Dixon, he's a guy that will push you back about 3 to 4 yards when he hits you. So it's looking really good right now for St. FX.
Right now, the fundamentals have to be key. This handoff, if they go for the run, has got to be on the mark, and they cannot risk the fumble. So you got to let the nerves go here and just go for the points. And looks like there's an offside, and Dixon stopped. No flag on the play, though. It looked like there was going to be an offside. And Mounties ball once again. Another fumble on the goal line. St. FX unbelievably turns the ball over twice on the goal line. This is amazing.
I've never seen anything like this, Kieran. This has been one of the most ridiculous fourth quarters I've ever seen in my life. Unacceptable for St. FX. Absolutely unacceptable. That is something that can happen once, yes, and you can deal with your problems, move on. Happens twice in such a crucial position, right on the goal line, game on the line. You need that. Absolutely can't be happening. That's something that St. FX, Gary Waterman, is not going to be pleased about.
Yeah. They basically just took a possible 3 points off the board, even if they didn't get that touchdown, and now give the ball right back to the Mounties with no chance to points, unless they can once again get a 3 and out and force the Mounties to take a knee in the end zone, which I'm not sure they do after the last time they tried that. They're going to throw it. He runs. Hotchkiss dives forward, just trying to get yards, get them out of the shadow of the uprights, and maybe avoid that whole safety situation.
A little bit of an unorthodox dive there by Hotchkiss, going head first, but whatever works for him.
I think he didn't want to risk going for the slide and have the ball back another 2 yards.
Yeah.
So St. FX, second down for the Mounties as they try and stop this from progressing out the field, and they want to once again keep the Mounties pinned in their own zone. Not sure what the call is here, as there's. I don't think the Mounties have any timeouts, so I'm not sure what the call is here. Blood. As Hotchkiss is going to the sidelines, looks like he may be getting some attention from the coach or the trainers.
I think he might be bleeding there.
Okay, so yeah, he's cut,
and you can't be on the field when you're cut.
So they're gonna try and patch this up because they really need Hotchkiss in the game. If he has to come out though, the backup quarterback is Ewan Coles. So that would be a real interesting scenario if they put the backup in.
That's right. It would only probably be for about one play, but I think Hotchkiss is right back in there actually, so he should be back.
So it'd be interesting to see what kind of bandage they put on his hand and if it affects his throwing, because it is his left hand that is cut. And I think he's maybe even trying to conceal his hand a little bit from the referees to try and say, oh yeah, it's not bleeding anymore.
Seems to be,
yeah. Don't need to look here.
Exactly.
So Hotchkiss back in the shotgun. Looks like he's going to try and pass this one out. They'll go for that fake handoff again. Ball's up and incomplete. Huge defensive stand from the X-Men. And now the Mounties once again forced to make a decision, safety or punt this one away. Based on the last time they took the safety, the returning kickoff after the safety went right back to the 10-yard line.
Now, if they do a safety, the game will be tied.
So
and that, I'm not. That's not what Mount Allison wants.
No.
If they kick it, St. FX is excellent field position. I mean, pick your poison. It's a tough one to do, but you got to pick one. With Kelly Jeffrey, I could see him almost doing the kick here.
Yeah. And I think I'd have to agree with you just because the Mountie defense has been playing so well in the red zone. Nope, they're going to take the safety. So tie game. Very unorthodox way of fourth quarter here. We've had points go up on the board in all sorts of different ways. We've had a couple of one-point rouges. Safety now ties the game. That could be a questionable call later in the game. We'll have to see after the game is over. But personally, I like the way the Mounties defense was playing. I would have pointed that one away.
Couldn't agree more with you, Kieran. That's a decision that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They did just give up the lead where their defense, I mean, you have to have confidence in your defense there. But maybe Kelly Jeffrey's got a master plan in mind. You never know, but that's definitely a surprising move, and I'm sure a lot of people in the building didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, especially also too with Anthony Alex's trials and tribulations within the 50-yard range of a field goal. You got to think that maybe he would have missed it, or you can't really speculate too much, but just definitely a surprising call there from Kelly Jeffries.
Absolutely, but now St. FX will get the ball back here, so.
St. FX offense has been on the field for a long time as well, so that it might be beneficial for them as the Mounties offense is maybe getting a little bit cold over there on the sidelines. Once again, going for the short kick, trying to prevent a big return, and it works as number 33 for the X-Men actually ran into a teammate, Aloysius Williams, and he fell down and is touched up for no return.
And now back to that safety. What really doesn't make too much sense is that kick was so short. It's that St. FX still has excellent field position, just as they would have if they punted away. So you gave them 2 free points, and now they do have excellent. I mean, it's not excellent, but it's good enough field position going forward. So it's definitely a head scratcher, that last call by Mount Allison.
We'll see how it works out as Bennett now back in the shotgun once again. He's back to pass. He'll put it up high. He's got Williams open, but Williams just not close enough to the ball, as that ball was a little bit ahead of him, and you got to think maybe a little bit of the inexperience of Bennett coming into play there, throwing that pass a little bit too far ahead of him.
It seems to be what's been happening a lot with Bennett so far this game. He's been throwing balls a little bit ahead of the receivers. It's just the timing's been a little bit off, but he's had the right accuracy, he's had the right lane, but he's just a little bit off at the timing, which can be corrected.
So we'll see what they go with here on 2nd and 10. from their own 45-yard line. St. FX with the ball. Tie game, 17-17, as the most recent play was a safety. 2:47 left. Bennett's up to pass. He finds Williams. Great play by Williams, and now he's down at the 41-yard line. Looks like they'll spot it just ahead of it. And it'll be a first down for St. FX. So great catch there from Williams in traffic, and a big play for the X-Men.
Williams has had a great game with the run back. He's had great catches. As a rookie, he's with 2:42 left on the clock, he's a rookie, and he's being counted on like this. It just shows his wherewithal and how much confidence St. FX coaching brass has in him. So he's really an exciting player to watch, and he's again, it's just amazing how much they use him in tight corners in the game.
Definitely promising for the development of this team going forward. Bennett, no drop, passes over to Williams, and Williams just avoids a pretty big licking from number 25 for the Mounties. That's Kwame Ajay.
And that was a rush pass there by Bennett. His receivers weren't quite there again, but it was almost picked off as well, so Bennett's lucky on that last play.
So Kwame Ajay with maybe a little bit of intimidation factor as he forced Williams to take his eye off the ball, but that, again, the pass was a little bit off the mark. We'll see what the X-Men have in the back pocket here for this next play. Bennett drops back. Big rush coming. Handed off, and it's going to be a no gain for Dixon as he's taken down for a loss of 4. That's a real bad situation for St. FX as it takes them well out of field goal range, and it's now 3rd down, and I'm looking to see a punt team come out.
Linebacker Justin Richard from Mount Allison made the great tackle there. As a linebacker, that's a play that you love to see, right in your wheelhouse. You got the running back or receiver making a short catch, and with their back turn, that's an easy play for the linebacker. So good job for Justin Richard on that nice tackle.
Dixon almost would have been better off to miss that ball and have it go incomplete. Although you always want to pad the stats and keep your catches going. Alex, high punt, and it was almost blocked again. St. FX line having lots of trouble trying to keep those Mounties out of the backfield. And that looks like a poor block in the back, and it may push the Mounties right back to their goal line. We'll wait and see what the call is, but St. FX may be in store for a treat here. Once again, holding the Mounties deep in their own zone.
Really bad field position again for Matt Allison. I think this is 3 straight drives now with real bad field position. A block in the back there. I couldn't quite get the number on that Matt Allison player who did it, but that's an unacceptable play with 1:52 left in the game. You have to be on your game. You have to be focused. You have to do everything for the team. You can't be selfish and take penalties like that. So that's something he has to correct.
And if St. FX can hold here on the defensive end of things, you can honestly say that this has been a defensive victory for St. FX, as even if they don't win the game, it's been all defense. Pretty much all the points have been put up on by safeties and defensive plays, basically, for the X-Men, which is a really strange situation, but whatever gets the job done, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever gets the job done. At the end of the day, if you get the win, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how it happens. If you get one, that's all that matters.
This ball's handed off, and the tackle is made at the 5-yard line, so no gain on the play, or very minimal gain anyway. And the Mounties once again find themselves in a tough position where they're second and fairly long.
It'll be interesting to see here. I mean, if they don't make this on 2nd down, this will be the 3rd straight attempt with a punt in their own end zone.
Yeah.
And you have to think that they won't take a knee again.
I would really question the knee at this point. Maybe just giving homecoming to X. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Maybe the coach is feeling generous, but we'll see what he does. And almost a safety anyway. Just throws it up. It's going to be picked. Big interception. Coming back for St. FX into the red zone once again. What a defensive playmaker. Number 25, Kyle Grant, looking like Nick Reeve out there.
Absolutely. That is an excellent interception. Hotchkiss was just about sacked in the end zone anyways for a safety, but wow. This game has had it all. Especially this 4th quarter. It's just been packed with turnovers. That's one that Hotchkiss is going to want back. And That's been one of his an issue with him all season, his interceptions, and something that definitely will need to be corrected going forward.
So once again, theme of the day, St. FX's defense steps up big time, and the Mounties offense late in this game has just been sputtering. So we'll see if St. FX can finally pull together and put this one in the end zone. Dixon once again in the backfield. I look for a pass. They'll hand it off, and this time Dixon is in. Finally, St. FX gets it right. Touchdown for the X-Men.
Yeah, that's Ashton Dixon right there, and the crowd is going wild. What a turn of events here. Unbelievable turn of events this has been. Score will now be, if Anthony Alex makes this 24-17. This has just been an all-out, an absolutely insane affair today. So kudos to St. FX for not getting discouraged, staying to their laurels, and it hasn't been pretty, but they got the lead with 1:17 left.
Just going to say that, Jamie, kudos to the coaching staff at St. FX to keep the faith. They keep putting that. Oh, a big fumble snap, but it is recovered anyway for the extra point. But as I was saying, kudos to the X-Men staff coaching staff for having faith in Anthony Alex to keep putting him out there for the field goals, keep putting the ball in Dixon's hand. It's a young team. There's going to be mistakes. Dixon had 2 goal line fumbles that turned the ball over, but they give it right back to him, and he finally gets it right. And I think that's a big step in the right direction if you're trying to develop your young team.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's all a learning experience for both teams. They're both young teams. They're both winless teams. St. FX is really giddy on the sidelines, but they have to be aware that there's lots of time left for Matt Allison to get a touchdown. But it's all learning experiences. Ashton Dixon, a first-year player, getting a huge touchdown on a huge day. That could potentially be the winner. I mean, he'll learn from that. He'll always have that in his back pocket. That's just gaining experience. Matt Allison is the same way. They make big plays with young players. So for both teams, it's just about gaining experience, and you can never get hurt with more experience.
It's going to be real interesting to see what Mount Allison does if they can get a decent return here. Big kick, though, from Alex all the way to the end zone. And a block in the back there. They saw that one, too. And it looks like this one's going to be coming back a little bit. Taken down inside the 15-yard line, and it looks like they're going to be all the way back in the 5. So once again, Mount Allison in a real tough situation.
Again, you have to give credit to St. FX for putting Mount Allison in terrible field position for the last 4. This will be the 4th drive in a row. Another flag here on the field. Could be
unsportsmanlike, maybe?
Potentially.
So St. FX possibly letting their emotions get the better of them. So we'll see what the referees say as they kind of hash through these flags and decide where the ball is going to end up. The original return ended up at the 14-yard line. And the first call was a block in the back, which I believe is 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And if there's another penalty for unsportsman like that, it might just neglect both of them, and we'll see a drive starting at the 14. So we'll see what the referees decide as they hash this one out with the defensive and offensive captains for each team.
That's right, and with 1:11 left in the 4th quarter, you can bet that both teams are going to take their time with their plays, make sure everything's perfect, because any little mistake will cause a big ripple in the game. So
offside. Wow, I think we have 4 penalties. So we have 2 on each team. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 50-yard line. So they're going to, I think St. FX is going to elect to re-kick. So after all that confusion, St. FX gets a chance to kick off to Mount Allison once again. With I believe they have a 10-yard advantage now off the kickoff.
Right back to square one there.
Yeah, square one plus 10 yards, I suppose. So we'll see. Anthony Alex put the first one into the end zone. It'll be interesting to see if he can put it to the back of the end zone, and that would really be tough. As it'd be interesting to see if they can even get it out of the end zone. We'll see what happens. Big kick. Going to go through the uprights, I think. Just wide and out, trying to get it out of the end zone. He'll get it to about. He breaks one tackle, gets it to the 20 this time, so a better return. And all sorts of tackling going on as that's Trentham doing a great job. So St. FX maybe would have been better off to decline those penalties and take the original play.
Really good return there by Trentham on an amazing kick by Alex. I mean, he almost had a field goal by about on the 70-yard line. That was unbelievable. But, that's how you make a turn good out of a bad situation there. But
there was another flag on the play. We'll have to see what this one's for.
I mean, what else is manure? There's another flag out there, so we'll see.
It's against the Mounties, so 10 yards off that great return by Trentham, and it looks like they're going to be starting from their 3-yard line. So, as you were saying, still fourth drive in a row, deep in their own zone.
And Hotchkiss has really got to bear down here. If he's the leader of the squad, you got to show leadership here and make some big plays. I know your receivers got to catch the ball, but you got to make sure that you guys are on the right page here. Their offensive line, they have to have the snap count ready. There can be no mistakes with 59 seconds left in this game.
All right, Hotchkiss drops back. He almost gets tackled. He breaks free, though. He's going to get some yards, and he'll slide. Gain of about 7, and a flag, possibly for a late hit on the quarterback, which some of the people in the stands here are disagreeing with. It didn't look like he took much of a shot at all.
No, that's a weak call. For a referee, it's a tough one if you're making that call with about a minute left in the game. That's a little shady, so we'll see where this ball ends up. It looks like it'll be about the 26-yard line. So with not much time left, Mount Allison's going to try and keep this ball moving. I can't imagine them going to a huddle very much longer in this drive. So there the clock goes. They have no timeouts, remember, so they need to get the ball out of bounds if they make a completion. Ball is up. Looks like it's going to be intercepted. Once again, what an interception for St. FX, and looks like Grant is going to go. So he's trying to go all the way down, and he'll get to the 40-yard line. And big play by Grant. Now,
second interception.
And St. FX with 36 seconds left, with leading by a touchdown. They have to play smart here. You can't have turnovers.
So everyone's shouting up here in the press box for Kyle Grant to go down so he doesn't fumble on the return.
Oh, everybody up here wanted him to go down. So, but again, Hotchkiss with that may have been his third into the interception of the game. He's had a real problem with those all year. When he goes back to practice next week, him and the QB coach are going to have to sit down and, I wouldn't say change his gameplay, but he's just got to reevaluate, communicate a little better with his receivers. This is not the same Jake Hotchkiss we've seen last year, that's for sure.
No, not at all. And now it looks like St. FX is going to take a knee and secure this victory. So they're going to let the clock run down. So the play clock is actually turned off for now, or is actually delayed for a second there. So now they're just going to wait for the clock to run down. They're going to have to take another one, I think. They might take a timeout here, or they'll just take another knee. And so there we go. We have 10 seconds left in the game. Third down, it'll be St. FX will basically take this last play, put it down on the ground, and this is going to secure the victory for the X-Men as they come away with a big win in their homecoming battle with the Mount Allison Mounties. St. FX wins 24-17. So what a great game and what a fantastic fourth quarter.
Phenomenal fourth quarter, one of the best I've seen. So entertaining with everybody in the stands today for homecoming. You got to be happy as a St. FX fan, any fan in the game. With our viewers watching on SSN, I hope everybody enjoyed it. It was just a tremendous game, especially the fourth quarter. So you couldn't really write a better script for a St. FX homecoming, that's for sure.
Absolutely, have to agree with you, Jamie. And I think it would be fair to say, just maybe don't want to jump the gun a little bit, but I would have to give the MVP award for my personal one anyway to the entire St. FX defense, and more specifically to Kyle Grant for securing some pretty key interceptions late in the game to kind of put the nail in the coffin. And if not him, then I'd have to give it to the special teams game and the returning abilities of Williams for St. FX. It was just really something to see.
That's right, I agree with you on that one. Damone Williams and Grant both had exceptional games, and both are worthy of the MVP as well as O'Mara. Ronald Mara on defense, he was a tremendous asset, and he had a tremendous game too. But there's a few guys you could have given it to. So kudos to all the players too, and now they're in song.
So now I think there's a little bit of homecoming tradition where the fans cheer with the team, and they do a little chant here, and it kind of gets them into the game as the closing ceremonies on this homecoming battle are coming to a close. There you go. So that pretty much shows it. If you want to send us any last emails to let us know what you thought of our webcast, you can reach us at the email address. Grab your pens. stfx.webcast@gmail.com. That's stfx.webcast@gmail.com, as the players now traditionally go for the handshake at the end of the game. I'm going home a happy camper today, Jamie.
Absolutely. That was the most entertaining game I've called all year. Just back and forth seesaw battle, really, and had you on the edge of your seat. I mean, with the amount of turnovers, penalties, it really had it all. I mean, we saw everything. So from ups and downs, there's a pleasure calling it today on a great homecoming.
Yeah, definitely the fans go home happy for the most part, and definitely got their money's worth as they saw a real exciting game. And that pretty much does it for us. I'm Kieran Galvin on your play-by-play, and I'm here with Jamie Kelly, and we had a great time calling the game. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll hope to see you back on SSN webcasting real soon, as the next game is coming up in the near future. St. FX should be back home, I think, next weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, it'll be in a week or two. But feel free to check out the schedule online all the same, and join us back. Hopefully I'll be back doing the game with you, Jamie, but who knows?
Absolutely. We had a blast today, and I'd love to. So I think we make a good team. So to all our viewers, thanks so much, and you guys have an excellent weekend. Take care.